How am I doing?
How's everyone doing? But how are you doing?
Doing wonderful, bro. Thank you so much for having me on. This is a great experience. I love getting the chance to share my perspective and learn other people's perspectives. So thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I appreciate you joining. I know you're busy. You I see you constantly on TikTok, and I'm assuming you do a ton of other stuff outside of that. So maybe you can introduce yourself to everyone here. Your background, what made you start streaming, how long you've been streaming, all that, whatever it is that you want to talk about.
No, right on. Thank you so much. So my name is Chris, '06 Chris, for those that see it. You might see me and think the gamer tag is zero, but it's '06 Chris. I'm an artist out of the DC area. Born and raised in Virginia. I've kind of kept it local besides a little bit of travel for career and stuff here and there. I've been streaming for 6 years. The tally is right now. I've been on Twitch for 2 years now, and I just made affiliate like 3, 4 months ago. So I have a long stream history that goes from starts from Periscope for those people that might remember that, and goes to YouTube, Facebook, a little bit of time on Mixer. I've loved to try to search out any kind of way that I can get my face out there for a while. So yeah, I'm a streamer that streams my personality and music that I do on the spot, freestyling as well as written stuff, and I'm a huge gamer in the background.
Yeah, that's kind of what interested me when I saw you at first. Well, when I first saw you, it was a lot of the educational helping streamers, and I was like, this is very unique. You had unique advice in terms of what I was seeing. What I was seeing was a lot of the practical, foundational things, which I think you also provide. But I saw things that I wasn't seeing from other streamers, which really interested me as well. And you said you describe yourself as an energy dealer, right? Like you're dealing out energy, and that to me even more like captivated me because I haven't really seen something like that, like a motivational like source on Twitch was really like blew my mind. Like this is something that anyone can use. Like everyone could use that. And you usually stream at night. So for me, it's usually when I'm like planning my next day, and I'll always log in and check you out to see what it is, you're talking about.
Oh, right on. Yeah. I love that space. I do it for a couple reasons. When I have all when I have spare time and I'm trying to get my learn on or my escapism on, whatever I'm doing, knowledge is just a big thing in my life. It's something that my parents have brought me up on my whole life. My dad is over 70 years old and still goes to like college classes. Like he is real. So I spend a lot of time learning stuff, and he's always just instilled in me to whatever it is, just get yourself as much education as you can. And along that path, the content that I've learned that I love the most is where people are teaching and helping others, right? So I always think that that is better. It's cool to be cool and it's cool to be funny and whatever people's angles are. But I just think that helpful content that is there to boost people up is just always appreciated. And every time I looked at those videos, I always appreciated them. So that's the space that I feel. I want to be helpful as well. And my stream reflects that a little bit. But I really want to be more helpful in the kind of not getting you through your day, but seeing something different that can energize you. I'll say that. Seeing something different that can give you new perspective and instantly inject you with some energy, that's what I like to do. And just trying to fill the void of space, and that's what I like to see myself too when I go back and watch my stuff. It's just I like that feeling of helping people with something, and I feel like I provide something that people don't, especially on Twitch where everything is very me centric. It's like people are building communities, and I'm very me centric, so I don't want to point any fingers, but I think that in a field where it's all about look at me, look at my gameplay, check me out, check out this stuff. You rarely come across anybody's streams where it's like, okay, cool, I'm here, but really, what are you going through? Like, really, 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 here's my life. How does your life compare? Like, what are you going through? Let's talk it out with each other. And I love that space. I'm very fortunate to be able to stumble into that space.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what separates like the next level of, I guess, streamer is that it kind of you have to step away from just yourself and more bring in a community. And if you look at like huge streamers, they've gotten to the point where they can't really scale that out right now. But I'm sure that during their growth, they did do that. You know, they did have that community. They did provide value to others. So what you see now at that point where they're at, it may not be the case that it's always been that way. So I think it's good to look at what people are doing, but also test things out yourself. And like you said, learning, being open to learning and knowing that, you know, you have to learn everything, is probably the most important thing for growing on Twitch or anything really. That's one of the things that I enjoy the most is like, if I don't know something, I'm excited to learn it. Or, you know, if I can't find the information out there, I'm excited to test something out and see if it works and then learn from that.
Yeah, I agree. And my background is in or I have some background in broadcast television. I worked for a couple of years in Las Vegas for CBS, excuse me, the CBS, not the CBS, the CBS local affiliate in the studio, doing morning shows, nighttime shows, all that kind of stuff. So I have an appreciation for structuring and programming and what it takes to build a story that people want to watch. I kind of have that. When I came to the self streaming world, when I stumbled into streaming, it wasn't from the gamer perspective. I came from the perspective of somebody that was just like on Twitter, and I saw one of my favorite music artists doing a live, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it at the time on Periscope, for those that aren't familiar, on your feed would be going, and then anytime somebody on your feed is live, it would show up in your Twitter feed, and you would see them live, and then you click through, and then it would take you to their Periscope. So just in that, I love that. I love being able to be there on somebody's feed. Like, hey, look at me. I know you're scrolling, looking at like whatever, but I'm here right now. So when I discovered that, it was an instant mission to try and figure out how I could do it at home. So just like you said, I was trying to learn all the tricks of the trade. What cameras do I need? What stuff do I need? It just started this like journey of exploration and education that I'm still chasing right now. I'm still chasing. I'm always like trying to find ways to do stuff better, more efficiently. How can I save myself time? Like, how can I reach more people? And I think that part of the journey is what I try to tell people is the most important, right? That's the journey of trying to become a black belt. Who cares if you beat all the greatest opponents on your path? You still, at the end of the path, you still are a master. So in the stream journey, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we have to worry so much about followers and likes and subscribers. That stuff is really cool and great cherries on top. But the real joy comes in, oh, you can master what you're doing. How can you create a presentation that you're proud of with all the crazy stuff that you see everyone else doing? How do you learn that? You see little widgets. How do you learn that? You see somebody come in with a dual screen interview thing with chat on the top and an intergalactic background that they made on Canva. How do I do that? And then you learn how to do that, and then you master it, and you pass on. You do whatever you do. So I'm striving for that mastery of the craft. That's what I'm striving for, and trying to help those along the way. You know, and luckily my personality and charisma help me.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with all that. Like, I think that the best form of like success is not achieved like through like milestone goals, you know, it's more so what kind of mentality you would like to have. And so whether you're, you know, a million followers on Twitch or, you know, 100 followers on Twitch, if every day you're like living in that mentality that you want to have and you want to be, I think that's success, you know, like learning, like always learning. Like if you consider yourself a learner, you know, no matter how that day went, if you were trying to learn, that day is a success. So I completely agree with that type of mentality. My background is in marketing, so I've worked in like digital marketing for like 8 years, and for that alone, what I enjoy about it is that you're always like testing something new and then learning from it. So even if it fails, there's something that comes out of that, failure. So everything is essentially like a success, because if, I try something on TikTok and it bombs, I'm like, okay, well, maybe that didn't work. Now I know, and now I know not to pivot that way. I can go to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, in these days I use the example because people like, bro, before I came on this interview, I just got done with my wife watching Rick and Morty season 5, episode 2. I haven't gone into the whole season yet. I don't know who's a fan out there, but if you know about Rick and Morty, it's about a scientist and his grandson, right, in their adventures. But I like to tell people these days, like, you have to be like Rick out here. You have to be willing to blow yourself up a few times to get to where you got to go because of experimentation. If you're trying to get to something greater, you're going to fail so many times. But what are you learning from those experiences? How are you taking that forward? Because yesterday's knowledge, it changes. People change every day. The way that people respond to things changes. The things that people care about changes. So if the minute that you're using something and you implement it, it's already old. So you need to keep evolving if you want to stay fresh in this. And usually what you see in the burnout category is when people, they start losing energy for that pursuit. Because there's always something. There's always something you don't know. There's always some way to improve without being overwhelming. But yeah.
Yeah, I also think, like, I was thinking about this yesterday, because I was thinking about like how to schedule out my like TikToks, and I looked online and I was like, okay, these are the best times to post according to this like research. But I think the research was done, during the like stay at home, like heavily staying at home, where everyone was available all the time.
Yeah.
So now where people are going back, people are going to be in the office, people are going to be working fully all day without having access to like their phones. You have to test out for yourself. Is that method still working? Because to me, sometimes I'll post when it says, post, I don't see success. And then some days it'll be right before bed. I was like, let me post a TikTok real quick. I wake up and it does well. So I think you can go off of what has been taught or learned to save yourself some time, but you should only take it with a grain of salt. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
agree.
Like some of the major movement trends will be the same. People in general will move the same and kind of look for the same things. But when you're trying to look for that magic formula of like what will go viral, I don't think I've reached viral success yet. I'm still trying to chase that formula. But there are definitely things that I do that hit harder than other things. So yeah, it's that constant evolution. And yeah, the more you're willing and excited about just the learning process, the better lots of things will be in life. Lots of things.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole post like 3 times a day, I think, that makes sense to me, for TikTok, because
Yeah.
you want to show up more often, than others. But, who's to say it's not, like 4 times per day or
Yeah,
two times per day,
I try to keep it like I in general, I try to keep it to 3 to 4 a day. But sometimes I don't feel it. I mean, if I'm being honest, sometimes I don't feel it. And those days, people that follow me they probably know when I'm mailing it in. They're like, okay, he's mailing it in right now, but I love what he's doing, so I'll give him the like. I won't give the comment, but I'll give the like.
Yeah, I know exactly
And
that too. There'll be like,
so some,
yeah, there'll be like clips where, I'm like, this isn't that great of a clip.
you know, no,
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever, post it. Let's just get myself out there, get my face
just
out there. Even if it gets me one step closer to someone following me on Twitch, it's there. And especially with TikTok, where someone can just like quickly swipe up. Um,
and that's the beauty of TikTok too, is the consistency really is key. So the most important thing really is just frequency. So if you can master getting 3 to 5, that's awesome. At the very least, try to do one a day, like just to get out there, because what happens, people don't realize, it's not about like how you can get in front of somebody's face right then. On TikTok, until you get like a huge following, and it's still a numbers game, until you get a huge following, you're not going to drop a post and then it's going to get like thousands of views right away. It's just not how it works. When you make a post, TikTok like sits it down in your stack, and then some people interact with it because they follow you. And then one day TikTok's like, oh yeah, here's this piece of content. Let me send it out right now. It might be the next day. It might be a couple hours later. It might be the next week. So the point is to just fill your channel with a lot of things for people to see, so that when they do see something from you and they go back to reference your page, they can get a real good glimpse of your personality and what you're about. So when you go to mine, you know what I'm saying, it's like, wow, this guy really is trying to help. He's dancing and there's a tip. He's like on this doing a handstand, there's a tip. He's like telling me a tip, there's a tip. So you know, if you can create your niche in your lane, then that's great. And what I've learned from some of the people that I've watched is I want to tell this to people out there, because sometimes you get caught up in like, yo, I don't know what my niche is, and I don't know if I want to be a streaming tips streamer. Let me tell y'all something. The streaming tips does not make you have to stay doing streaming tips forever. That is just an introduction to your personality. And for me, it works because I really am a helpful person. If somebody comes to me right now and says, hey, Chris, I need some help with this, then I will help them. You know what I'm saying? I've just got on a call with yesterday, like an hour-long call with a homie that wanted a little bit of motivation, you know, just having a hard time streaming. Let me talk to you, man. So I really am about that life. But if you are out here and trying to connect and evolving what you're doing, I mean, it'll work out. And people will come because they trust your personality. That's for me, right? It's about trust. And then when they get in the door, you can do whatever you want because they already trust you. They already know your personality. They know you're a helpful person. They know that if you're playing COD, then if they have a question about COD, that you're going to help them instead of yelling at them. And that's not a streamer tip. That just is being helpful. They know that if they've seen you do some other stuff, then they come in there, watch you playing Stardew Valley, then like, hey, you know, you're not so involved in the game that you won't stop and like give them a little hype. You know, that's what it's about. So showing off your personality, that's just like an entrance way into the door. When they get into the door, yo, you can do what you want, but find whatever ways you can to get them in the door.
Yeah, I mean, from a marketing standpoint, they say like you need at least 7 like touch points with an end user to bring them to take the action that you want to take. So from a Twitch perspective, you know, for someone to even follow you on TikTok, you would need to get in front of them 7 times. And then again, probably to bring them over to Twitch, you need to get in front of them again, even more times. So that's, I think, where the importance comes in of like being there and showing, you know, what they can expect at the very end point. So like what kind of personality they can expect at the end point, because there's so much out there where they have the choice to go to anyone that they want to. There's constantly people available for whatever game they want to watch. So you have to show like why it is that you should be the one that they watch. And
yeah,
I've definitely wanted to get into like the streamer tips, but for me, it takes me forever to record like videos on the spot, where like clips for me is easier. But I am always like very open to like giving advice. Anyone that comes to my stream, if they ask me anything about like marketing, like you can't get me to stop talking about it, because I'm just like passionate about talking about it and helping others. So I need to figure out a way to kind of bring that or weave that into TikToks as well.
Yeah, that's your lane right there. You can't see it because I have layers on, but I just got goosebumps all over my body when you talked about marketing. Like, and I get it because but that's something that so many people need. And I've started to find out really that making TikToks, for me, at least for me, I know people have different equations and formulas, but for me, when I just like pick up my phone and I just talk to it, that does great. You know, but I always get caught up in like, how's it gonna look? Should I put text? Should I do this? Should I do that? I think that something coming from a guy like you that is just, I mean, I don't know if you do now. If you do right now, excuse me, I need to go get caught up on your TikTok. But if you did like a daily marketing tip for streamers, that would be hugely successful, and that's something you could do in 30 seconds or less. If you made a mission to make, if you made it a mission to make it 15 seconds or less, that would be even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that
Just
consistent,
gotta do it.
and then the person that you're literally just leaning on your expertise, you're being your genuine self. Then if somebody comes in and watches you playing Apex, then who cares? You know what I'm saying? They came there because they like your personality, and you really are that person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, yeah, just kind of like getting to like doing it, is like the thing. And with anything new, I think it's always that's always a case where you are going to take a lot longer to just get started because it's
Yeah.
new. All of this, like the technical side of streaming for me, is completely new.
Mm,
So all the Streamlabs stuff, the OBS stuff, everything, all of that is just, it has taken me a lot longer to really implement things.
yeah. So
Whereas,
stuff.
yeah, like the marketing side, I can just push it out and say, okay, this is it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's where I'm starting to go, and I'm starting to learn that people are thirsty for conversation on TikTok, and so my content is starting to lean more into things that I'm wondering. I'm wondering this. Let me ask you this question, so we can actually have like a real discourse, and people go into the comments, they can learn about things from other people. So I'm just starting to learn that about myself, and the ease that it takes with
I think you cut out
questions
for a sec.
and think. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Is that me or is that yeah?
I can hear
Was
you
that me?
now. You're good.
Okay. So yeah, even just doing this talk right here and this experience brings up questions that I would love to ask other people. Like, hey, what do you think about co-streaming? What do you think about interview streams? Like, what stuff like that. So that's just where I'm going. And like I said, I think when people do things like that, it really starts to set it apart. And away from the expertise of the technical stuff that streamers usually get, now we're getting to stuff like that humans care about. Like, how do I make myself better at showcasing myself? I can give you some tips from the TikTok and my perspective, but from a professional marketing person, that is gold.
Yeah, I noticed that with
That is
your
gold.
your recent TikToks where it's,
Yeah.
you announced that you were kind of shifting to a more conversational, and I think that's genius because what how I look at like TikToks and engagement is like if anyone comments on it,
Now you're talking.
I'll
Now you're
try
talking.
to ask a question, like a follow-up question. I'll reply to every single comment for sure, but I try my best to ask a question to maybe dig a little deeper on like, okay, you like this game that I'm posting a clip about. Have you beaten it? Or like, what was your favorite part? And that not only helps with the algorithm, of course, because they see more comments, they see more engagement, but
Yep.
it helps with the one-on-one. It's no longer someone looking just at a streamer, but it's more like almost like a friend. You're welcoming them into your community and showing that you engage, and that if they come to you, you will engage on stream.
No, 100%. I just that's so funny you say that because I thought about that today as I was doing a few comments and just what it means to have a safe space where you can go and speak your mind. Because I don't have that in my life everywhere, right? I don't feel like I can go into every space and offer my opinion. But even if you go into anybody's space, right? It's like some kind of comment section you see. If the comment sections are full of hate or aggression, it just makes it like less likely that you might be in there. But if you can create an environment where people are like having real discourse, I think that like that is a blessing that I'm really glad to be able to realize right now. But I was like, yeah, if you can make it so that somebody gets comfortable, you interact with them enough to where now you're not this person. They know that you're not going to flamethrow them if they say something. Like they could say something that you disagree with, and you're going to have like a real discussion. You're not going to yell at them like that. That's powerful.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like people definitely feel comfortable, asking anything on your TikToks, and I think that's
Yeah, I
a
love it.
great way for someone to feel, on the internet because, like you said, if someone has a question, they might be afraid of like looking dumb or, and I think that is like such a sad thing for someone because like you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel, very comfortable, asking something you don't know. And I think you've definitely created that in
Thank you.
your channel, your TikToks. So that's something that I look to you and say, okay, I want to also, try and create that, because I want people to feel the same type of way, where they're comfortable. Like on my streams, for sure, I know people will ask me. I'll say, if you want, DM me on Discord. If you want to just
Yeah.
follow up with something. But yeah, I've seen that in your TikToks, and I think that's really great. And I've tried to go a different route instead of like on my TikToks themselves, because I haven't really been making those tips. I've tried to make it so that if someone follows me, I'll follow them back right away, and then
Yeah.
send them a introduction to myself. Like, this is when I stream, what I stream. I hope you enjoy the content I'm putting out.
I'm telling you, I'm writing this down.
I think
Game
not
from you
enough
right now.
people are utilizing that. You can, like, people are open to getting nice messages. Um, and so I will follow people back. I don't care how many followers you see that I follow on my profile. Like, I know a lot of people will will want like a low follower count, because it makes them kind of look more like a celebrity, and it does actually create like a sense of authority. If you see someone with 10,000 followers, but they only
Yeah.
follow 10, they seem like, okay, this is like a
Mind games.
celebrity. But if you see someone with 10,000 followers and they follow 10,000, you're like, are they actually, worth following? But to me, the ability to message people on TikTok is worth it, because I can then, more personally introduce them, because they may not get to the point where they really get to know me, or even know, what times I stream, what I stream, and the fact that I'm welcoming them into, hey, come follow me on Twitch. And I have had a lot of people say, oh, I don't have Twitch, but I love your content. I'm like, cool, no worries. And then someone actually said, I don't have Twitch. I'm going to download it, sign up, and come check you out.
That's huge. That's
And I
huge.
was like, there's no, like, there's not enough
That's
people like
huge.
doing this, because like I saw a streamer who I think has like over a
Yeah.
hundred thousand followers on TikTok, and they were wondering, how do you get people from TikTok to Twitch? And I was like, I have a really high success rate with bringing people over, at least for like a follow, or at least to chat for a little bit.
Like that. Like this is so funny. I'm just telling you, like, first of all, I'm taking notes because, like I said, you've already proven yourself an expert, and you're talking about marketing. You're teaching me stuff. I'm writing it down. Yeah. So everyone else, you should be doing the same thing. But I was just today. I'm telling you, I was laying in bed today, and I was on TikTok, and I was responding to a comment, and it was not the same, but it was a different one. And my wife was walking upstairs, and I was laying in bed. And when she was walking into the room, I started making this like frustrated sound. Ah! And she was like, "What? What is it? What is it?" And I just happened to get a comment from somebody, and it was like, "Hey, you're doing great, man. Love what you're doing." I was like, "Oh, awesome. Let me go see what you're doing." And I went over to their TikTok, and not to judge, but I always just like to see what kind of, because I have criteria for my follows. You have to be like at least trying to post. Like if I see you have 3 posts and they're all from like last year, it's going to be slim, because I can't do that. But I need to see what you're doing, and if you're on the up and up, then I'm on the up and up. So I went over, and this person had 50,000 TikTok followers. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. They like me. They have 50,000 followers. That's great. Let me go to their Twitch. On their Twitch, they have 300 followers. And I'm like, and the frustrated noise, that I was like, ah. And my wife is like, yo, what is up? And I was like, I see this dude. I'm like, first of all, I wish I had his TikTok numbers, because then my Twitch would be crazy right now. But also, like, I feel bad to have that much and feel like you can't convert. That has to be a weird feeling. Because why wouldn't, like, in my numbers game, 10% of those people should be at your Twitch.
Yeah.
And if for him, that's 5,000. So like, if you have 300, then something is going on with your content. Something is going on there. Maybe you're making great stuff. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're forgetting to tell people to go to your Twitch. Maybe you're forgetting the step you're talking about, where the personal connection is like, bro, you're making great stuff, but you're not a person to me. You're just like up there. But when you do that stuff, it's like, hey, thank you so much for the follow. Like, I don't like the term follow for follow because it implies that you're not doing anything after that. But if you're doing follow for follow and then you're following up, I'm gonna change it. Follow for following up. That's what it is. That's what works. Follow for follow doesn't work, but follow for following up will always work in some kind of way, shape, or form. You're either going to get better at following up, or people are going to respond to your following up because they forgot the step that you're reminding them of. They're like, "Oh yeah, I do." Like, you know what? Let me go follow you on Twitch. My bad, I forgot. And next thing you know, you've converted. So that's a great point.
Yeah, I saw that it was, kind of working, and so the next step that I want to try and do, but I don't think it's like necessarily like scalable because of the amount of time that it would take, but it would be to send out like just a direct message saying I'm going live now, and then having it be like, if you don't like getting go live messages here on TikTok, just let me know, and I won't send you any more messages.
Yeah.
Because I've done that on like a small scale, and it's been almost like 50%, I think, have come through and said, "Hey, thanks for the message. I'm here." And then the other 50% said, "Sorry, I missed it." And then they come through the next time.
Yeah. I see. I'm just going to respond to a comment here. I see Ribbon B teacher. I agree with that statement. Just talking about people's attention spans on TikTok. I think that people do have low attention spans, and the beauty of TikTok though is that everyone's not the same, and the audience is so large. So TikTok has, it's such a large platform, and the way that your content gets dealt out gives you the opportunity, no matter what you make, to be seen by the people that like short form and long form content. So I think that as long as you're providing value that people want to check in for, no matter if it's dancing, if it's shaking your booty, if it's cooking a meal, if it's providing education, whatever, they will sit through the whole thing. They will sit through the whole thing. So us as content creators, our job is to try and find what people need. And we're not here to service them, but we are here to service them. Right? It's like, you want to come here to me? Like, why should you come to me? Are you coming to me because I'm funny? Because I look good? Because I'm telling you how to live? Because I'm saying controversial stuff that you want to refute every time you see it? I mean, why? Why are you here? So I think that when you find that equation, you can make anything. You could probably make 3-minute videos, and your audience will love them every second.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's true, people are on TikTok and expect, shorter videos. But that's because they're on TikTok. So if they go into another platform, they have different expectations for that platform. It's like when you go onto LinkedIn, you expect a certain type of content. You go onto Facebook, you expect a certain type of content. And so I think that it's more not person-based, but it's more like platform-based. So yeah, a long video on TikTok most likely won't do well unless you're keeping it like very upbeat, to make up for that attention span.
You're for sure taking a risk.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean that people that are on TikTok aren't going to enjoy sitting through a 2-3 hour stream, because, we are on TikTok and we'll sit in, 2-3 hour streams. Lots of people that will enjoy Twitch will be on TikTok, but TikTok, I think, is more so like a quick little bite of what they can expect. I found that like certain games and certain games will have a huge following of people on TikTok that like to watch full gameplay, but if you show them, a little snippet of that gameplay, they're going to be likely to follow you there, and then you can bring them over to Twitch and they'll enjoy watching you play or talking about the game. So I don't think at all it's just short attention span people on TikTok. I think the younger demographics for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know what people are looking for. And TikTok, I love TikTok because it's such a personal experience. If some people, I know that I'm not the only one either. If somebody grabs my phone, if I'm on TikTok and I'm like laughing at something and somebody's like, "Hey, I want to see," and they try to reach for my phone, I'll karate chop your hands. I don't want you to see other stuff that I follow. It's very personal. And that's not saying that I follow craziness, but it's just a very intimate experience to like to see people being their true selves of goofiness and your reaction to them being their true selves. So I just like the experiment of like, why not try to be your true self? If you are a person that is along and you drone on, then try it out. You know, maybe somebody else out there likes it. You just never know. And you know, the people that love those 5 second clips, they're not the only ones that exist on the app. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw just yesterday that TikTok became the most downloaded app in the U.S. and it overthrew Facebook actually for this year, I think. And I think it's usually Facebook that's the most like downloaded app. But I think it's pretty big that TikTok has become that, and it's showing that older demographics are coming to TikTok, and it's just a matter of time until it becomes the platform that you have to be on. And I think that always like a new platform starts with the younger generations because it's much easier to bring in those users, not only from like a attention standpoint, but in terms of the cost to advertise to an older user, it's much more expensive. Like my expertise is in paid advertising online. And so it is way more expensive to advertise to someone who is 25 plus than to someone's between 18 and 25 because they have a disposable income. And so new apps always start young because it's much easier to bring them on. But then they grow beyond that. Like Instagram, when it first came out, people saw it as like, oh, this is like a kids app or an app for teens that they're just posting pictures. But there's no way you don't get on Instagram now, And I think TikTok is starting to become that. And I think that the sooner people get on it to promote whatever they're doing, whether it's Twitch, their business, the better off they're going to be because it's a lot easier now to grow on there than it will be, months from now or a year from now.
Yeah, it's the app in general. The app in general, the way that it approaches it, I just think it's so awesome for anybody. I think that anybody doing anything can succeed on TikTok. The difference to me in TikTok than the other ones, and I agree with everything you say. First of all, the younger generation is what people use to see if something's popular, and then as soon as like the older generation finds a way to monetize it, then that's when it gets flooded with all the craziness. That's what happened to Facebook. That's what happened to MySpace. That's what happens to like everything. And then the young people will want to, then they are thirsty for another space where it's not all advertising and commercial. We're the ones making a commercial by putting our Twitch commercials on it. I have so many Twitch commercials on there. It's crazy. If somebody's like trying not to have that experience, they are not looking for me. But in the long chase of excuse me, let me take a sip. But I love TikTok because of how it engages who you could meet, right? All the other social media platforms are contingent on who you know first, except for Twitter. Twitter is just randomness. Twitter is just like, I'm here, I'm random, I'm just saying random stuff. You can have a Twitter account and do great just because you're microblogging and nobody follows you. You just have a space to like say craziness. So you can go and you follow people. You can follow whoever you want. You can engage with them. You don't have to have any content on Twitter to have a good time on Twitter. The other ones are contingent on who you know, though. On Facebook, you have to like, at its purest form, you establish a relationship and then you say, hey, I know you. And then hopefully I don't sketch you out. You're like, yeah, I'm not too sketchy either. Let's be friends. And then you can start dumping your life on them. And then if on Instagram, kind of the same thing. You meet somebody for the purpose, before it was your friends, but now you meet somebody with the purpose of like marketing, right? It's gone into this realm of how crispy are your photos and experiences so that you can sell yourself. So Instagram is all about ego right now and how cool can I look? And that experience on top of the experience of having to know you first, that means if I meet somebody in real life, they're like, hey man, you have IG, bro? I'm like, yeah, Instagram. So I gotta be self-conscious about what is on my social media because this interaction right now is dependent on my business standpoint. That's crazy. I don't know you. you have to get to know me more than through one photo, bro. So TikTok is great because to me, it's like you're standing on the street corner. You're like, yo, I got this product. And you're just like yelling about how cool your product is, whatever it is. Hey, I can bake bread. Hey, I can make sandwiches. Hey, I can tell cool conspiracy theory stories. I can do cool dances. And in Times Square, if you're performing, you have an equal opportunity to be seen by everybody. Everybody's walking past the same intersection, the same intersection. So if you can't convert those people, yo, it's not their fault. It's not Times Square's fault. It's your fault because you're not grabbing their attention enough. You're letting this other person grab their attention. This person is doing stuff and you're like not listening to their advice. You're trying to do your own thing. So that's gonna be what happens. But I love the idea that I can be doing my little dance on the corner, and depending on how well I do it, people can interact with it. They can get a slice, and then if they want more, because I'm a streamer, I have a place where they can go and they can see more. And not everybody has that. Like streamers on TikTok have a very unique place because we have a place where you can really come see our personality. If you're an artist, you have to go to their art site and look at their portfolio. You're not talking to them. Yeah. If you're like a t-shirt maker, you're going to their store. You're not talking to them. If you're like, but if you're a streamer, you can actually go and get to know the person. Hey, you know what? You look kind of cool, man. Like, when are you on? 9 o'clock? I'll be there. And then they come, and then you make you make a connection. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. That discoverability, I think, is insane right now on TikTok. Like with Instagram, like it's so hard to get outside of that friends kind of like list.
I'm telling you, and your friends discount you. Like, your friends are the worst. Your friends are the worst people to market to you to, because they know about all your ups and downs, and they hold your downs against you when you're trying to go up.
Yeah, and so like TikTok, it's brand new, right? So you are what you present to the people on TikTok.
Yep.
And that is what
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's what they're gonna see you as.
Absolutely, yeah. When I made my TikTok, nobody that I know knows my TikTok name. I have people that follow me now, but it's not because we traded info. So by the time they come to me, I'm like, yo, you had your chance on Twitter and Instagram to get to know me, my man. When you come to me, I'm gonna look like a G, because people that don't know me appreciate what I have to offer. You've already discounted me.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I have that many people that follow me on like Instagram, or that started out following me on like Instagram, now following me on TikTok. The other way around, yeah, for sure. People come from TikTok over to my other channels, because I have it linked, everywhere.
Exactly.
But in terms of like marketing, TikTok is like the most like top of like funnel, like the first impression, and it always should be that.
Yeah.
And I always treat content that way on TikTok as well, where I create the content for TikTok, then I repurpose it for everything else. For Instagram is getting my old TikToks, because I need to immediately hit people on TikTok, and it has to be formatted in a way where people are gonna kind of get hooked on TikTok. Instagram Reels, I can sometimes get a few thousand like views on those, but it's not as easy as TikTok. And so
I'm trying. I just, where you go where all the action is. And after, like I said, 10 years in the content creation game, and I've tried everything. I've tried so hard to like the same stream that I do now that people love and are eating up. I've promoted it the same way on Instagram and Twitter. Like, I've promoted it the same way. TikTok just is different. It's just different in how it pushes your stuff and who it pushes to. It just works. I don't know why it works. It just does. And so even me and my content creation now, like, I'm not sweating if I miss a day on Instagram. But I'm on the same train. I'm like, yeah, let me put this stuff on. And then you have to think about it. You have to think about what video you're taking from your TikTok and how it will respond on Instagram. You got to pick and choose. But my focus is TikTok. It's the one that's got me the most bang for my buck right now. And the people and the connections are real right now. On Instagram, I'm connecting with weirdos and nobodies. On TikTok, I'm connecting with streamers who are in the arcade.
Yeah. And I think people kind of like see it as like an empty growth on TikTok, but that's because they're not following up or not really,
Follow up.
yeah,
You gotta
not really
follow up.
making the attempt. They see maybe like the the numbers grow on TikTok and they're happy with that, but the end goal is to bring them on Twitch. The end goal is to, whatever it is that you want them to do, that should be where you're trying to really focus your entire attention, not just grow your followers on TikTok. I've seen people that they'll follow me on TikTok, I'll follow them back, and then I go to send them a message, and then it's like this person doesn't follow you, and I was like, oh, they just follow me to get me to follow them, but like, like what is it now? It's like a completely cut off connection,
Yeah.
and yeah, they may have an extra follower, but that's all it is that they have. You need to think about how you're going to get people all the way to the point that you want them to end up, and not just that initial surface level kind of goal.
Yo, that is so huge. That is so huge. I try all the time. The whole reason I'm on TikTok literally is to bring people to my stream. Like I do not. I mean, I love TikTok. Right. I'm there. I'm enjoying everybody being themselves and doing their dances and telling me political statements and whatever they're doing. But I did not have an account for enjoyment before. Like I enjoy it now, but I didn't before. And I told myself, I was like, look, if I get the TikTok account, the whole goal is to bring people to my stream. So I think about that before every single post. I'm like, how is this going to get people to my stream? If not, it's a waste of time. So I'm hyper focused. I'm like hyper on that train. I think you have to remember that it's so easy to get lost in numbers and things and trends. I mean, the trends are our friends and our worst enemies. And it's a measure of coolness, and nobody thinks they're cool out here. So it's just a dangerous situation. But when you can make some kind of commitment and get yourself down those roads and figure it out what it is for you, it's just it's nice and magical. It just works.
Yeah. B Jinx asked if we're messaging followers, asking them to follow on Twitch, and yeah, I do that as much as I can, and I have like a general type of like message that's like really nicely written out. You want to present, professionalism, not just like, hey, go follow me here, but like, give like basically you're about what they can expect, and I tell everyone, hope you have a great day, because I do. I hope people have a great day. And I think that having like a well-written message out to someone, it means a lot, because some people, they've said, like, I've had a couple people say like, oh, you probably just send this to everyone, or you probably just copy and pasted it. And I'll tell them straight up, I was like, yeah, to be honest, I do, because it takes time, but I do want you to get to know me. I do want you to come hang out so I can get to know you. And then they're like, oh, cool. Like, you actually responded. This isn't a bot,
Follow up. It's the follow up. The follow up is huge.
Yeah. And like people may be a little bit like questionable. Like, is this like an actual bot? But, if you respond personally to them, then they know, okay, this isn't, a bot. And like, the only reason I have like that whole like copy and paste template for the initial thing, it's because it takes forever to message out tons of people. But if you narrow it down to personally responding to that initial message, then that is going to take you a lot less time, because not everyone responds. Some people will just give it a double tap and like it. Some people will ignore it. And yeah, that's what's been working for me for now. I just got to keep learning to see what's going to work in the future, keep trying different things.
Yeah, I love that. And what you made me realize, what you made me realize is that I have a very impersonal approach, and I don't like that. And I know you weren't trying to illuminate that, but that's just a credit to what you're doing, because I like that, right? Because everything takes energy. What I just realized I'm doing, I'm just like seeing followers happen, and I just kind of brush past them as like I expect to get them. I'm being honest right now. I'm like, I expect to get followers. I'm saying some dope shit right here. So I expect they're going to like it. It's cool. But I don't take the extra step of treating it personal. And even if the message is copy and pasted, it's the energy of going to your notes, of highlighting the notes, of selecting it, of putting it into the thing, putting paste, reading over it to make sure it is not too crazy and not too impersonal, and then hitting send. Like all that is energy that counts as that person. That is not necessarily like, hey, I'm writing you a personal message right now, but I'm literally taking energy out of my day to send you energy. And if they respond to that, that is a great way to start. That's a great way to start a nice relationship, whatever that might be, whether it's a strong one or just a see you every once in a while kind of relationship. Like that's awesome. You've changed my perspective.
Yeah, I think that even, you know, even if I can show that this is successful, I don't know that a lot of streamers would want to go and do that, because that would mean that they have to go through and follow everyone. You know, it's kind of like what I talked about is like, you know, they don't want to go through and follow everyone. And I'm kind of viewing TikTok right now in the early stages, at least, as like I said, kind of like a more of a communication tool. And I think you do a great job of that, not in the like DMs, but more so in like your comments, because you're constantly engaging with people, and in your videos, they're, you know, like super engaging, you know, directly. Like I feel like you're talking to me when I see the videos, you know,
I am
and
talking.
that's exactly, you know, what I'm trying to do with the like DMs.
No, yeah, that it's effective, you know, and that's like the basic human stuff that people tend to forget in this world of streaming and me. Check out all my kills. It's like people also want acknowledgement of their existence. People also want to know that when they talk that somebody's listening. People want to know that somebody cares about what they think. And when you can do those basic human things, because we go through so many experiences in our lives where we are ignored and we are neglected and we are forgotten. But when that one person says, hey, how's your day? That really does mean a lot. That like means a lot. Like as busy as I am, when somebody's like, yo, man, how's your day? It like, yo, I take a step back. I'm like, yo, you know, yo, thank you for letting me know. You know, I'll take time out to respond because that's just real. And listen, we all know that feeling of wanting to be like, I just got something. I want to. Oh, okay, never mind. But when you can make it comfortable for people, it's huge.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I think people don't expect that, and when someone gets something that they weren't expecting in a good way, you know, um, then it really kind of like makes their day. Like you said, you know, if you go a little bit above what their expectations, it goes a
I,
much longer
I,
way than the effort that you actually put in. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend that to anyone, you know, who's trying to get people over to anything. Um, any like whether you're a business or whether you're, you know, a streamer, whatever it may be, try and put the effort in to make that connection a little bit stronger than just the screen of, or just like your video, you know. Especially me with clips, I need to do that,
yeah.
because it's not like I'm talking to them the way you are. Maybe soon, but yeah.
Yeah, and some of those clips, you know, I've seen some people do some pretty fun things with clips. Like, I'm starting to fall for people that are like showing their clip, but then they're saying something completely different in the background. Like they're giving some kind of like knowledge or meditation or something, but you're watching them do something cool, but it has something unrelated. I love how people are playing with TikTok, because TikTok is the game of TikTok is just trying to draw attention, and there's so many ways to get somebody's attention. There's so many ways you can like talk to them, you can sing at them, you can dance at them, you can show them something and sleight of hand show them something else and make them look at it twice. Like, okay, cool, I need to watch this for the clip, and then I need to watch it for the text, and then I need to watch it because the song is cool, and then I need to watch it to hear what he's saying. And then yo, you work in the system now.
Yeah.
Um, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I
You know what I'm
think
saying? What if you gave marketing, if you gave like a quick 1 second marketing tip from your expertise laid over top of your gaming clip? Oh my God.
that's a great idea. I might
Oh
do that.
my God. Oh my God. That's
Yeah,
just me.
I gotta try out all these things for sure, for sure. Especially when TikTok's so new, you know, the opportunity is there. It's not like if I'm trying to break into YouTube and compete with people that have, you know, a million.
Oh
subscribers
my God.
already.
I'm so glad you said that. Like I'm on that train too. That's the final frontier for me in my content creation is having comfort with YouTube. And YouTube is just a frontier where I just feel like you have to be polished. You have to be sitting up. You have to, hey, I'm Chris. Here's my thing. Oh, if you want to learn about this, here, click on here. Here's all my titles. Here's my thumbnail. It's like so much work. And that's also why I enjoyed TikTok, because I can like go through and make a quick video that has hard hitting impact and be on my way. But I also know I need to stop having that mentality, and I need to learn YouTube and get myself comfortable so I can reach more people and eventually help myself even more. So yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, I just got back on with like a review of a game, but that took me at least a day to get done. It's
So much,
just
it's
so
so
much
much
work.
work.
Yeah, where like a TikTok, if I have the clip already, takes me 10 minutes at most, you know? I can just quickly crop it and then send it to my phone, post it. And with like YouTube, the thing is like it's so hard to break in, and you still have to be so consistent there as well. You know, with
Yeah,
TikTok you have to be consistent, but on YouTube it's even more important because you're competing with the most, you know, saturated like video platform ever. But I have heard that YouTube creators, I was listening to like a podcast with like two gaming creators that said that their views are actually going down on YouTube, and that's because of TikTok.
it makes sense. And as a society, our attention spans are getting shorter, and that's a good and or a bad. That's a good and a bad thing. I think it's a good thing for us to realize that our attention spans are getting shorter, because we've been having to sit through a lot of stuff we don't have to sit through because people think we have to sit through, like, oh, you should be here for this amount of time because you're supposed to. It's like, no, man, just give me what I need and I'll keep it going. And but it's bad clearly because now you're over flooding people's brains with things, and it's hard to kind of have things stick. But yeah, it makes perfect sense. And I think that that's why I like my space. That's why I like the conversation with you right now and talking about the marketing space. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I just think it's a great space. Like where on TikTok, so many people are there, and if I can hit somebody with like some knowledge, like helping content is always the best content. Content that helps, that is genuinely trying to help, is always the best. And especially from an angle that somebody doesn't have expertise in, or they feel like they're not an expert. Like I tell people all the time, like, yeah, look, man, how long you been gaming? My whole life. You're an expert. Stop thinking that you have to be a pro to be an expert. Like
Yeah.
you know the map of Mario so well. You know the map of Olympus. You know that RPG. You know, say you've played Dark Souls so many times. You know every nook and cranny. You don't have to be a pro. Just like talk about what you know. Just be an expert in what you do. And I think when anybody realizes like their expertise and they just pass that on, that's what makes the difference, because nobody thinks they're an expert. You want to do something that nobody else is doing, believe that you're an expert. That's something that nobody does. Then nobody believes in themselves. But if you believe in yourself, then it'll work.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are very few people that believe that, you know, of themselves, and they're, you know, successful and they have grown because they have that kind of mentality that, you know, I am, you know, an expert. And if you don't know something, you can go and find that everywhere online. It's available, you know, anything you want to know. It's available online. You just got to know how to find it. And Min was saying here that YouTube algorithm favors those like 10-minute videos more. And he's saying like, if you have content that can be explained in 2 minutes, and I see that so often where there's a 11 or a 10-minute video explaining something where you only get like a minute worth of actionable, you know,
hate that so much. I hate that.
and
And I hate too when somebody will be like, oh, well, if you want to get the good content, here's the timestamp. Why don't you just give me the good content right now?
yeah, yeah, but they're doing, you know, what they have to do, you know, like to be able to fit into that
Get it? Yeah.
algorithm. And so I think that's also important, is kind of like knowing how to like kind of get through all of that filler content to find the information you need, because you know your time is the most valuable thing to you. So when trying to learn and grow, you need to kind of like be able to circumvent and avoid all that filler stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just yeah, it's that's why I enjoy TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring my TikTok mentality to my YouTube. And I think that's probably what I've been waiting for in the in making it work in my mind because like I just don't like I don't like the fluff. I don't have time for the fluff. The fluff makes me self-conscious. It makes me like feel like I have to be a game show host or like some kind of thing. I'd rather just turn on the camera and be myself and say, "Hey, here's something important. If you want to know it, cool." So yeah, hopefully YouTube changes what they do in lieu of TikTok. I know that the shorts game is real out here, and I have shorts out there that I post and they get a lot of traction. So I think as soon as I start posting like real videos, then my YouTube page will blow up. But yeah, I would love to see how things go as they evolve to try and fit people's shortening attention spans. Because I don't have time to listen to people drone on for 20 minutes about how to do my stream setup anymore. Not when somebody's doing it under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to the 2 minute guy.
Yeah, for sure. And even some of the TikTok videos I feel like are starting to get a little longer now that they allow for like 3 minute videos. But I found out that you can, that little bar at the bottom, the white one that's telling you how far it's going. I didn't know this, but you can like click on it and then swipe all the way forward to like the end.
TikTok?
Yeah, like
What?
those long videos, you can that show the little white bar. You can
Wow.
move that like you would any other video like on desktop, and it'll fast forward. You can rewind. I had no idea. I just found this out like 2 days ago.
That's amazing. Can I just shout out to all my people with big hands out here? That just reminds me of my big hands and how hard it is to do some things on TikTok on your. So now I have to like
Yeah.
get my big ass finger to do the little white bar. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it.
It's hard. I'll hit every single button before I get to the what I want to do. Like I'll hit live, my face pops up. I'll hit,
You're like,
you
what?
know, notifications. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
Excuse me.
3:10
That's hilarious.
a.m. Yeah. Whew. All right. I think if anyone has any other questions for Chris or myself, let us know. Otherwise, I think we've covered absolutely. We've gone above and beyond all the Q&A stuff that I sent you over.
Anything at all. It's all good. So glad to be here. This is a great experience. I love any opportunity to talk.
Yeah, same.
I'm a vain person. I can admit that. But I like to make sure that I keep my vanity on the track of helping other people, so I don't get too out of control. But thank you so much for the opportunity for letting me come over here and share my mind and share some of the things I've been through. This is awesome. You have a great community. Everybody's participating, asking questions. This is amazing.
Yeah, I think some of these people are people I found on TikTok, and we both had followed you.
Oh,
So, yeah, for sure. Trisket Plays asked if we use the TikTok Live feature. I have used it, but not in the way that most people or streamers use it. I've used it as a way for people to kind of get to know me a little better. So I've used it when I played chess with my wife one time at like a mall, and then they had those giant like chess pieces.
that's awesome.
I just went
That's
on
awesome.
TikTok there. I would hold the phone and talk for a little bit. My wife would then hold the phone and talk. And it was really engaging, and it kind of gives like a behind the scenes look to what's going on, you know. And that actually has been my best performing content, rather than I have tried the like point the camera at me and have like the green screen behind me. But I kind of feel like my attention is split. And if I'm doing both half, then I feel like neither is getting the right amount of like attention, and like I'm doing a disservice to people on TikTok, and I'm doing a disservice to people on Twitch because I'm looking away from them to talk to people on TikTok. And then it's tough for me, at least, because then I also have to focus on the game. I struggle enough to focus on the game and chat.
Yeah,
Adding in TikTok kind of like,
that's why I don't game. I'm like, yo, I need to focus on this game. I can't. I'll totally be the guy ignoring the chat. But yeah, I think that TikTok lives. I 100% agree with you. Actually, I like to think of each platform as an opportunity to reach a specific audience and show them a different side of you. I have TikToks out there, so I gotta say this. I got a TikTok out there that talks about if you're gonna go down this route, then here's what you should do. And I like to provide perspective on all kinds of things that I don't do. I'm just like, yo, if you're gonna do it, here's a good way to do it. Because if I see you doing this, then I'm more likely to follow you. So that's just what I like to provide. But I agree with you. I think that using the TikTok lives for more of a personal experience is always better. And the one time that I've done it, Triscuits, I did kind of the same thing. I didn't go play chess in the mall. I'm gonna look for some chess in the mall now. But I take the time to sit down. And here's what changed it for me. I saw Dwayne The Rock Johnson do a live one day, and he was sitting down with a beer, and he said, I just want to sit down and talk with people. Let's do a cheers to good life and love. And I was like, yo, that changed my whole shit. Because I was like, yo, this is him, The Rock. He could be doing anything. Of course, it's The Rock. But in that stream, there were only like 25 people. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. And this live right now is The Rock. 25 people in here. He's very accessible right now. He's very accessible right now. And he's probably not going to like read your movie script on his live, but he'll say hi to you. So I think that those moments are huge. And my moment that I did was before like another thing that I was trying to promote. I just sat down for like 45 minutes and I said, hey, I'm doing this live with the intent of promoting this thing that I'm going to. I'm trying to drive y'all here, but while you have me here, you can ask me whatever you want. And it's scary because in any live situation, especially if you're not a just chatting streamer or a chatting person in general, then you're taking a risk because you're putting the live button on and you're waiting for people to come in, and you don't necessarily have a game there to be a crutch. You're really just waiting for people to arrive. So if you're doing something in the background like playing chess, or if you're like me, you're playing music, maybe freestyling, and people can come in and interact with you as you're doing your normal stuff, then you turn it into a behind the scenes more than into an experience where you have to be entertaining people. So if you have the ability to do a TikTok live, I would highly recommend setting it up while you're doing something else. But make that what you are focusing on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have it on while you're cooking. Maybe you have it on while you're like sitting in the backyard or on a walk. Maybe you're doing a TikTok live while you're on a walk. And you can interact with people and tell them about the environment, and they get a sense of your personality, and then keep reminding them during that live, oh yeah, by the way, I'm also a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, I actually did one that had a good amount of engagement, but it was me mowing the lawn. Like I put
Oh my God.
I put
That is
lawn
awesome.
mowing simulator game
I would
or
interact
something.
with that. I would
And
interact.
and people were going crazy. They were like, look at him go. Like those are some like great lawn mowing. And I was
I'm
like,
gonna.
I was thinking I got to mow the lawn, you know. This is something I have to do. I don't
I'm glad
care
you
what
said.
people think on TikTok, you know, in terms of
I'm
like
glad
the quality of it. As long as people find it entertaining, you know, that's what I care about. So
I'm
I wanted
so.
to try it out.
Yeah, Kita kills. Yeah, you have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok for you to go live. But I've thought about that. I've thought about 100% because I have to cut grass too. Like, let me just put the live camera here and have people watch me going back and forth. Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. That is, but that's what proves it, right? That's real life stuff that you're just doing that gives people your humanity.
Yeah, I mean, I think people, I got people following because it's something that's different, you know,
I
than
would follow that
than other
100%.
streamers, because people who follow streamers, if they go through their like streamer list of people that are live, it's going to be that, you know, background, and that works too, you know, if you can engage. But for me,
Yeah.
it's difficult for me to constantly engage with TikTok, Twitch, and uh, the gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's going on? Deliver the shocker. I see you. But yeah, that's the same with me. I feel like I'm splitting my differences, and as soon as I split 1 second of attention from one, then I'm setting myself for a loss on that front. Like as soon as on my Twitch, I am not paying attention to play somebody's sound or to interact with somebody's thing, and I'm looking at TikTok, I feel like I'm losing somebody. So like my once again, my whole purpose is to get people to my Twitch for my Twitch lives. Like I don't want people on my TikTok live watching me be live on Twitch. I want you to be on my Twitch watching me be live on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, so yeah, I think, you know, anything could really work, but you want to try out something first, and then if you're not getting the results you want, kind of like switch it up and try. Don't be afraid to try something new.
Experimentation.
Um,
Experimentation.
yeah, this isn't YouTube where it's like permanently on your page. People are gonna see it 5 years from now. This is a TikTok live. It doesn't even show up in your profile. You can save it if you want, but just experiment with it. You can turn it off whenever you want. It's not like you have like
Yep.
a TikTok live schedule that you've said I'll be live from 10 to 2,
And nobody, unless you're like at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be giving away money. Nobody's putting you in this TikTok live schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really a like a sense of freedom. It's an opportunity to freely, create content, and maybe that translates into a if you see good engagement, that translates into more long form content or something you do on Twitch as well. You could get ideas for different things through Twitch or through TikTok, and trying different things out there.
Yeah, and I've tried like the official back in my Periscope especially days and Facebook days, I've tried to use Restream and some of these multi-streaming services, but yeah, it's the same thing. You cannot give your attention to all of them. Like nobody, unless you have a super mod squad, the super duper mod squad, like the mod squad, like I'm the mod for Facebook, I'm the mod for Twitch, I'm the mod for this one, and they are handling it as if they are you. That's the only way. But I mean, you gotta be mega at that point.
Yeah, and also like nowadays, Twitch doesn't even allow for that. YouTube, you can't stream on both, or else you're breaking their like terms of service. So if
Yeah.
you're trying to use Twitch and that as like the end goal that you want to grow, then it's probably best to just stick to one platform, because I've
Platform.
like consulted for companies where they've gone live everywhere with Restream, because their goal isn't to grow necessarily as a live streamer. Their goal is to get people from all these live streams and bring them to a website to buy something or to sign up for something.
Yep. I see a question here I want to acknowledge from Ayo. How do you get into your first 1,000 TikTok viewers? There's no formula for me for getting to your first 1,000. Here's a few things. I'm gonna tell you what I did specifically. For one, it really is a game of consistency and honing your content, right? Like if you are an Apex player and you're trying to get people to come watch you play Apex, then everything you do should be Apex centric, as well as all your hashtags. Like you have all the Apex hashtags that are like that have a high volume, and then use those, and like it'll work. Like TikTok will be like, oh, this guy is an Apex player, let's send him to Apex players. It'll work like that. So if you trust in that method of hyper focus, whatever your focus is, just do that and do it consistently. Then time will pass, and that time will pass, and you will get to 1,000. Absolutely. In the TikTok like world, what happens is somebody goes to your page, they get a post from like last week, they go to your page, they see you have like tons of other content because you've been so consistent, and then they get in their mind that you're a valid person that posts a lot of things that are valid. So after that, you build up some credibility, and it just gets easier. Now, to make my post easier, I do a formula. If I want to do a post that is going to guarantee engagement, like I have posts that I do that are for me. I have posts that I do that are for streamers. I have posts that I do that are to guarantee views. If I want to do a post that is guaranteeing views, which helps get you to that 1,000, then I'll go into my search on TikTok, go to your search on TikTok, and then search for a term. After you search for that term, you're going to go to the filters on the right. There's a filter to the right of the search bar. Hit that filter, and then you change it to most recent and most liked. By default, TikTok gives you in your search the most relevant, and it gives you it gives you another criteria, but you have to switch that so you can see what is the most recent and what has the most likes recently. Like recently. So you want to look at the last month and what has the most likes recently in whatever genre niche you're doing. And then the next trick, make your version of the most popular videos in that category. Because in TikTok, those are already proven to have engagement. They are already proven. A bigger streamer might have done them, but they're guaranteed to have engagement. So just do something that somebody else has done, but do your version. Offer your perspective in there instead of their perspective, and it will help you grow because they're guaranteed, they're already proven. So that's my trick for helping you to get faster to 1,000. I can't guarantee it'll happen like in a month or a week, whatever, but be consistent with posts that are highly engageable in the vein of people that are successful already.
Yeah, I completely agree. I see Jan Pretzels is in the chat, and I know that they have had a lot of success on TikTok. I think their best TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, had over 1 million views.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, can I play a sound? I play a sound for that?
Yep, hit it.
There you go.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No.
Oh, it didn't go?
I was like,
it's okay. It went through. It was like kids saying, yay. It's okay. I don't want to hold the string.
But it was the content that I saw that went viral was helpful, like tips. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like being consistent and providing value is always going to be the underlying thing, whether that value is through education, whether it's through making someone laugh with either at you or with you, or whether it's to have them in awe of like how great the gameplay is. It doesn't have to be, all those things or any of those things, but something that provides that value. For me, it was just kind of like a relatable clip of me playing a game that's very difficult. And that one I think was my best one that had like 160,000 views. And that's kind of what helped bring me or get me to 1,000, because I would engage, like I said, I would comment or reply to every comment with a question to engage and get to know someone better. And if someone commented and I replied back, it was very likely that they would follow me because I became more than just someone on their screen. I became someone to talk to.
Yeah, 100%. That is that real thing that people are scared of, trying to do those extra steps, and sometimes we don't have the capacity. So I don't want to blame anybody for their work ethic or anything like that. Sometimes life doesn't allow you to have that kind of stuff, but the more you do it, it definitely pays off.
Yeah, I mean, it might just take longer, if you don't have the time, your life outside of streaming and work fills up every single hour of your day. It's just going to take longer, but the principles just are still the same of like, consistency and providing that value. For me, my background is in like digital marketing. So I wanted to test out the paid side of TikTok and promote my videos a bit, which I think also helps. But that's if you're setting aside a marketing budget, because I'm trying to grow this into like a website that highlights streamers and indie developers. So as a business, I want to set aside marketing budget, and my marketing budget's going towards trying out different things, little bits of like promoting TikToks, which I think definitely helps when you have content that you think is great, but that TikTok is like, I'm not going to prioritize this in the algorithm. So I have seen success with paid promotions as well to getting followers. And like I said, whenever you see any type of engagement, whether it's likes or comments, engage further with them, follow up with them, because that is what's going to get you that next step to follow. And then more engagement is going to get you to bring them over to Twitch.
AOA, I see your comment. Yeah, that's so funny. I don't know what content is. That's a real comment of that's a real thought of a content creator, because you never know what people are going to respond to. You just never know. Nope. So our job is just to keep putting it out there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'll take my time with TikToks, and none of those have worked for me. Not a single one. I'll like be like, this is it. Like.
The ones that I just think of on the spot they always like hit so much harder. I'm like, it's a constant, like when I think I'm providing value, some people like it, but when I'm being goofy, everybody loves it. So I try to slip things in. I've been trying to morph my stuff to adhere to that.
Yeah, yeah. I've had times where I'm like, this is not something that I think is going to do well, but whatever, post it. It's just something, and then it'll end up being one of my best pieces of content on there. It's really
Seriously.
kind of like you just have to try, because if you don't try, you're not going to know.
And in TikTok as well, because you really don't know when you start getting a lot of content on TikTok, then you don't know who's going to see what. So somebody just keep making stuff, and they might engage with one thing. They might not even see the thing but eventually they might see it. So just keep doing stuff. Throw all kinds of different parts of your personality out there to throw people for a loop, but keep it the same all at the same time, right? Like my niche in general on TikTok, I do streamer tips, but my niche is motivation and energy. So that allows me to branch out into affirmations and into streamer tips and to how to help your mental health and me doing freestyles about being a strong person. Like all this stuff comes under the umbrella of what I'm doing. So you just got to find what it is you want to promote and push, and then ride that wave and find your way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I think the way to guarantee that you don't get likes and views is by not posting. So you gotta,
Thank you.
yeah, you just gotta do it, and then at worst it doesn't do well, but now what might not do well, so you're not thinking, okay, could this maybe be something that ends up doing well.
Yeah, if you don't do it, then guess what? You'll be in the same situation a year from now. You still won't have that thing. You're like,
Yeah,
damn. Well, I still don't have any followers, but I still didn't post any TikToks. You'll never know. So you at least had to do the experiment to see an outcome, to get an outcome, so you can build from it.
for sure, for sure. Did we miss any questions in the chat?
Yeah, just looking through it myself.
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot more of these. I really enjoyed talking with Chris.
Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm trying in my stream. I'm trying to bring in more of a format that has people calling in. So my show, I just really admire radio show DJs. Like the people that particularly do like morning shows, because it's a lot about energy and talk and carrying on, but there's also music and stuff in there. So the game that I play, I tell people I'm not like a gaming streamer, but I'm playing with like people. So I'm like, that's the game I'm playing, is playing y'all. I'm trying to like see if I can get to the next level of like getting you to come back to the next one. And whenever I think of those guys though, one aspect of radio shows that is everywhere out there is callers calling in. So that's something that I'm really thirsty to do on my show, is having some kind of format where, for one, I would love to have like some kind of situation where it's like, hey, we're talking about this topic right now. If you have something to say, then go to this Discord channel, and maybe I have like a lobby channel, and then I can pick people to go to a private channel. And then you get to call in, and you get to talk about whatever it is we're talking about for a couple seconds, promote yourself, whatever the case, and keep it pushing. As well as a format like this where I don't necessarily want to do interview style, but I do love seeing people's faces. So I thought about creating something on my show where, and I'll be doing that on today's show. Here's my shameless promotion. On today's show, I might have my first guest where we're going to spend about 10-15 minutes. He's going to be able to tell a story, but we're going to do some games. We're going to play some fun stuff to help get to know this person's personality. And that's what I like to do on mine. So maybe I'll start incorporating some stuff like that. But I do love the interview, reaching across the aisle. Let's both like stream it. We can both look at each other's setups and show off our prowess and make this work. Like right now, I need to go back and figure out why my sound effects aren't playing, but I'll figure that out.
And everyone should go follow Chris. I just posted the link there. Like you said, he's going to be streaming tonight, so I would definitely go give a follow. I get motivated every time I join and
Wow,
watch one of his streams. So yeah, definitely go check him out.
We at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time zone you all are in, but on the East Coast, United States, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, Jan Pretzels.
Jan, did you have a question? I think I saw that earlier.
Do I do comedy? Steve Harvey Morning Show. That's kind of a question. Yeah, I like to do comedy. I don't do official comedy. I don't like write jokes, but I do try to guide a lot of what I say into a joke. Like, I mean, it's not just me laughing at the end of my sentences, but especially on my stream, I try to keep comedic aspects in there, and I take cues from like the GOAT Dave Chappelle. Like when you watch a Dave Chappelle show, he's not necessarily giving you punchlines. He's just telling life stories, and he's telling them in his unique way. And what you laugh at is the way he tells the story, not like I mean, the punchline is crazy. Usually the punchline is like wild and bananas, but the way he gets there is what really pulls you in. So yes, I take cues from people like that. Steve Martin is one of my inspirations. Like I really do study these people and how they present themselves. I took a master class, an online master class with Steve Martin, and learned a lot. Learned a lot about stage presence and present and coming out there and how to tell a story, how to reel people in. And I love studying that stuff. I love studying that stuff. I think that's the stuff that as streamers we miss. We're trying to be the best gamer, but if you study how to be a personable person, if you study your favorite hosts and hostesses, you can learn a lot about being personable and learn a lot about how to hook people.
Yeah, entertaining
Yeah,
is what we're doing, right? We're entertaining. We're not just gameplay or music. We're here to entertain, to make someone feel that they're getting value from watching us over anyone else that they can be watching.
something.
Yeah, Jan
And
said,
I don't even want to be over the next person. I just want to be another option. As long as you can see me as an option, like if I'm not getting lost in the sea of options, that you see me as a viable option, then I'm doing great.
yeah, for sure. Jan said that are we like kind of suspicious of like fake bot accounts on TikTok, and Heartless also said that he was wondering about that because they were testing paid promotions for a day and got 50 followers, but not more than a couple likes. I can speak on like the paid promotion in that TikTok is going to show if you advertise for followers, TikTok will just show you to people who follow a ton of accounts. So they're not necessarily going to engage because they're trying to get you to achieve your goal, which then gets them paid because each follow you pay for. So what I learned was that you should, if you can, advertise for website visits because people are less likely to click on your website. If they do, that's really great because I send them to Twitch. But they are going to be showing it to people that are more real, I guess, who aren't just spam following. And they are going to show it to people who might like your content. And if they do like that content, and you can get them to follow, then it's going to be someone that's much more engaged than someone who follows 10, 15,000 accounts.
Yeah.
But in terms of bots, I'm not too worried about like fake or bot accounts. I don't have like personal information available, and I don't even think you can link in DMs, so there's no like spam with links. I don't think. But yeah, I haven't really encountered a situation where I'm like, this is kind of dangerous, or I'm worried about this account following me.
Yeah, I don't really worry about that. I don't worry about follower fake accounts because as soon as I sniff it out that it might be fake, I just block it and keep pushing. I don't want any fake followers or fans. I know that so what I do, I just focus on the content that I make. I focus on trying to make content that is actually going to reach people, and I focus on my growth being from what I'm providing. So actually me with numbers in general, I don't look at any numbers. The only number that I care about is 6, and that's a joke. But the other number that I care about is the 1,000 to get to TikTok because I needed that milestone. But as far as milestones go, once I'm past the affiliate milestone, once I'm past like the TikTok live milestone, I turn all those counters off because they just get in your way. I'd rather focus my content on just making stuff that I'm proud of. And then if the follower bots are real or whatever, then whatever. At least I can stand by my stuff. And with my stuff in particular, I can clearly tell my growth. So if I suddenly hit like a day where I had so many new followers, then it would be a red flag. I'd be like, okay, red flag. My content is not like 1,000 followers a day kind of content. But maybe it will be. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. I just focus on making good stuff that I'm proud of that can actually help people.
Yeah. Whenever I get like a influx of followers, the first thing I do is like, okay, is an old piece of content getting shown a lot now?
Yeah.
And if not, then I'm like, okay, these accounts are a little suspicious. But in like the big picture, I'm not too worried about anything malicious really happening, because I don't see negativity in my comments or in my DMs. So until I start seeing something like that, that's when I would start worrying, when it's affecting my followers. If I see something where people are maybe spamming stuff in the comments of my videos, then that's when a red flag would pop up, and I'd be like, something has to change, or I have to block some people.
Also, one thing, and I do, and just to close out that question, and I see the other one. I'm not gonna leave that 6 hanging. That's funny. I also use Stream Avatars. Stream Avatars is an extension that puts little dancing characters. They walk back and forth on your stream. Is visible to everybody. You can pick like whoever you want if you have Pokemon or Marvel or whatever. So I use these things, and whenever I turn on Stream Avatars and I turn on OBS, they appear, and they appear based on who is in my chat. So actually, it's funny. I don't worry about numbers, but I can see clearly who are bots, because if I start OBS right now and I put Stream Avatars on right now, if there are any characters on that screen that are not me, then they're bots.
That's a good
I know automatically. They're bots automatically, because why would anybody else be in there?
Yeah.
So I'll go by those names and I'll block and ban them instantly.
Yeah.
And I keep pushing.
That's a good way of like kind of going around and figuring out, who's a bot and who's coming to your streams early to just check you out,
I didn't even mean to do that method. It was one day I was just like doing some overlay stuff, and I was like, why am I not the only one in here right now? And I was like, okay, cool. They're Streamlabs. Let me take them out. I took out all my bots. But then I was like, who are these random people? So I went to their accounts and I see that they're like nothing. I'm like, okay, I get it. So I take them out of the equation. I don't want them to count on my thing. If I could take their number out, I would. But I'm like, okay, well, at least I got to follow, I guess. I don't know. But also to go back on the 6th question, I said earlier, I don't care about any number but 6. People are like, what does that mean? So let me give the origin of my name. I'm 06 Chris. For those people that are 420 gang out there, there's a strain called OG Kush. My wife was the first person that coined the nickname for me, OG Chris. So when I met her, she used to say, oh, OG Chris, what's up? And OG Chris became 06 Chris when I was sitting with another friend of mine, and we were talking about our lives. And I used to live in Seattle. When I lived in Seattle, it was just like a renaissance time in my life. And I was just like talking about how much I loved that time of my life. And he was like, what year was that? I was like, it was 06. He's like, yo, that's a great name, 06 Chris. You should like keep that. I was like, that is a great name, 06 Chris. Now, further into numerology, the number 6 is one of 3 perfect numbers. What is a perfect number? You ask me, Chris, what is a perfect number? A perfect number is an integer that if you take the sum of their proper integers and add them up, it's the same as multiplying them together. So for 6, 1, 2, and 3, if you add them together, they equal 6. If you multiply 1, 2, and 3, you get 6. There's only 3 numbers in the whole there's only 3. So when I discovered that, I was like, yo, the sum of all my parts equals everything that multiplies me together. That is perfect. That's the perfect number. I'm the perfect being for myself. It helps me to like think about what I do, and I don't get caught up in my mistakes. Everything that I do equals Chris. equals oh 06 Chris. So that's why the only number that matters to me is 6, because it represents me. It represents everything that I do, good and bad, that adds up to the person that you see here today.
I think that's great. I really like when there's like
Yeah,
real deep symbolism, behind, meaning behind the name. And it may be, that only the person knows the meaning, but you can share it now with a lot of people, which is great.
Yeah, word up. And I see Yendrew64. That is also a point. In hip hop, we deal with double entendres and AKAs, aliases all the time. So 100%, you are correct. That is also a point. OG Chris, oh 06 Chris, it matches, right? The 6 looks like a capital G. So that is also why I kept that title, because OG Chris, I got to keep it OG. But I got to keep it OG, but I got to keep it 06.
And then the show is 06 Radio.
06 Radio. Hey, beaming frequencies out to everybody in the Twitchverse that needs them.
Any other questions that we have?
That's good. I love telling 06 lore.
Yeah, it's a great talking point to have that.
And then the glasses. People ask me why I wear glasses all the time. If you see me on my TikTok, on my social media, and in real life, that's when you can see me with my eyes. If you ever see me on a stream, I will always wear glasses. If you ever see one of my streams that doesn't have it, it's an old stream. But when I'm streaming, I'm cosplaying, so I'm always cosplaying. And my cosplay character is Dr. Octopus. So I'm a man of many arms, doing so many things back here behind the console, trying to exist, pushing buttons, existing with the chat, playing games, looking at all kinds of things. I'm handling a lot of business. Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius, for those that aren't familiar, with the round glasses, that is me. So if you ever see me in a stream, I will always be cosplaying as Dr. Octopus.
That's funny because I did kind of get that sense of seeing you on TikTok. It's almost, more like your personal, talking one-on-one, but then it seems like it's like a personality on Twitch, part of like the entertainment and the motivation, which I think TikTok is great. I think,
just like you said, TikTok is behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that's like, your brand, part of it is, Dr. Octopus, and on Twitch.
Yeah, and shout out while we're at it. Shout out to another awesome streamer. His name is Johnny Scribbles. I'm just gonna put his thing in the chat here if you want to check him out. I don't know how to do I'm just gonna put his name if you want to look him up. But his name is Johnny Scribbles. He's an art streamer, and he just completed a stream last week where he drew me as Dr. Octopus. So if you go to my Twitch channel and you look in my about section, I made it into a panel. So that original art just happened last week. It is original art that Johnny Scribbles, the person I put in that chat, he did for me. So that's, it extends. Dr. Octopus is real. So, and Johnny Scribbles, just to promote him more, he is an art streamer that literally, if you go to his stream and you make a request, he will draw whatever you want for free. If you go in there and you say, yo, I just love Attack on Titan. Can you draw the Mammoth Titan for me? You know what I'm saying? Can you draw the Mecha Titan for me? He'll do it. Can you draw Eren Yeager? Eren Yeager. Can you draw Eren Yeager for me? He'll do it. And he just wants people to come and hang out with him. And he wants to do his craft more. There's another person that is working on their craft and growing because of it. I love it. So Dr. Octopus, yeah.
I did see that in your about when I was going through it earlier.
Yeah, that's fresh. That's not even a week old.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. So that's another point for everybody for networking. Network. Go out there and hang out on other people's streams and discover cool stuff and make connections. You never know what you're going to come across. And get more acquainted with your talk show and arts and crafts and musician streamers. Get more acquainted with those guys. Those guys are bringing those guys and girls, and theys are bringing a lot to the table, more than just gaming. They're bringing personality, they're bringing conversation, and things that can really change your perspective and bring some light to your day. So shout out to my art streamers. Shout out to my talk show streamers. Hey, digital gaming.
I completely agree with that. Like going in and networking is, you know, it's great, but an added benefit I think is getting ideas from people that might be outside of your circle, you know? Like my circle of people that I consistently will go watch is usually people that are streaming kind of like the same types of games. But when I extended myself beyond that, I get so much more ideas from whether it's a whole different type of game or someone like yourself that's doing music and that's doing motivation. The same goes for like TikToks, you know, you can find a lot of inspiration within the streamer realm, but going beyond that, you can get a lot of fresh ideas that you can bring to the streamer realm if you
Yeah.
just go and try and find, you know, that type of inspiration. So I think for Twitch, social media, everything, I think it's really important to network.
It's so important. It's so important. Then you wonder what. Then next thing you know, you're getting a raid. You're like, oh, I never got a raid before. Well, you never networked before.
Yeah, yeah, I think definitely, and just engaging genuinely with people.
Oh, great question from Jan Pressels. How many of my IRL friends have come to watch me on Twitch? I've had a great time having my friends come over, but keeping them is a different story because they're just not with they're just not with it, right? I mean, they come to support, but they don't stick around. I love them for it; it's all good. But I say like originally, I would have probably like I probably I probably had like a good 5, 6 people consistently in my streams. For me to reach affiliate, it was never about the average viewers. For me to reach affiliate, it was all about the followers. I never had the followers. I always had the average viewers. I always had the streaming time, but I just couldn't crack the equation of how to get to 50. I sat at 40 for so long. And then when I started doing TikToks, it blew the F up. Now I'm at like 800 something. And that was like 2 months ago. I'm like, I should have did this years ago when they told me to, but it's okay. I'm here now. But so yeah, I would have like 5 or 6 just because I have a good community of people that I've met through the years that just a numbers game. Out of all my circles, maybe one person would come from this circle, maybe one person would come from this circle, maybe one person would come from that circle, and then they would enjoy what I'm doing, and they would each circle of friends had one friend that was just that friend. You know what I'm saying? And I would lean on those people. Hey guys, I'm streaming. Oh hey Chris, yeah. Anytime let me know, I'll be in there. And that was it. But now none of those people are in there because they've moved on with life. They're not gamers. They're not streamers. I understand.
Yeah, for me, it's probably like maybe two. I mean, not counting like maybe my sister, although my sister hardly ever joins anymore.
Yeah. My wife is. Yeah, but my real life.
No,
yeah.
my wife won't. My wife won't join either. She's like, I need my phone to do work. I was like, all right, fine. You can chat me up.
Let me take that back, Jan. I actually have I have 2 friends in real life that have joined, but they also joined 3 friends in real life, but they also are people that are streamers. So I still have none that are not streamers, but I have friends that I've been like, hey friend, you should do this, and they're like, hey friend, I think I'll try it, and now they come check me out. So they're converts because they're in it now, but people that are not in it are very slim.
Yeah, for me, it's probably like 1 or 2 that are like consistent. And it's because they were working from home a lot as well. So they were just hanging out while they were working. But yeah, not that many. And for me, I've always been more introverted throughout life. And so I've kept like growing up when I was very young, I had my cousins, I had a big family. And so those were my friends. So at school, like I was like, I don't really want to make all these friends, make the effort. And it's always kind of been like that throughout my life. Even now, I would rather stay in and talk to people online than to go out and have to like have an in-person conversation.
Yeah, so AOL, it's back to this. Let's take it back.
Yeah, and so I think that's kind of also why my like follow or friends outside of streaming have like been very low. But I think it's fine. I've had people pop in and be like, "Oh, this is cool," and then they leave. But
also, it's taught me. And I have this metaphor that I say on my show all the time. Twitch to me is like the arcade, right? So if you are a person that loves the arcade, then you'll love Twitch because imagine, and I don't know how young some people are in here. The arcade is a thing we used to do back in the day. They have them few and far between in the world now, but you used to go there and they used to have these machines and you could like watch people play and you could have conversations and you could like, they took quarters, you had to pay money. It's a whole thing. Look it up. But I parallel Twitch with the arcade. Like when you log into Twitch, you go in and you see everybody playing various games, and it's like, ooh, who's playing what? I want to watch people play this fishing game. I want to watch people play Time Crisis. I want to watch people play Apex Legends. Like whatever you want to watch, it's available. Now, if you're walking through the arcade, maybe you'll stop and watch somebody play Street Fighter for a second. Oh, bro, they're good. Oh, they're on the boss. Let me watch this boss fight real quick. Then you keep it pushing. So in that physical realm, it's rare when you see an arcade machine that has 50 people at it for like an hour. Like, so if we get ourselves out of this mind frame that people are supposed to watch us for an hour play Valorant, like why? Be more happy about people coming to check up on you, and then they get on their way, because some people are just not cool with the arcade. And that's what I equate my IRL friends to. They're just not people that like the arcade. I'm a person that as a kid, loved the arcade. And right now, Twitch is the virtual arcade. I get to go in there and watch people play Cuphead. I get to watch people play Mario, and I get to have conversation with them. I get to check up on my friends, and then I get to go get a hot dog and go back to my life. And I just love that experience. So yeah, I always tell people all the time, especially when you're searching for, like, you're gonna always have a hard time converting people that are not in Twitch to watch you. If you're a YouTube streamer, you're gonna have a hard time converting them to Twitch because they're not there. But the people that are in Twitch are your audience. That's who you're marketing to. Like, you're marketing to people that are at the arcade right now. Like, how are you going to attract this person that's watching this other person play a game to watch you? Is it because you're louder? Is it because you have better music? Is it because you play smoother? Is it because you're also like taking time to like give people love when they stop by? You know, what is it about yours that has people stopping by amongst all the lights and games?
Yeah, my friends, like that's kind of like the reason why I started streaming, was because I wanted to talk to people about all these games that I was playing, but I could tell that people weren't really interested. Like I could tell they had different passions, you know, like I have a friend who's really into biking. He'll talk to me about biking and I'm like, I'm proud of you, but I don't really know anything about biking, you know.
Yep.
I'm happy to hear you out, but if he asked me to come watch him bike, you know, Monday through Friday, I'm gonna be like, maybe I'll catch one, you know.
You're up. You're rough.
Yeah. So that's kind of why, like, I wanted to have that ability to have a shared experience with these games that I'm like, you know, these games are great. You know, I want to talk about them. Let me find some people to talk about them with. And now it's grown into, you know, wanting to kind of amplify voices of, you know, streamers that are doing something really great out there, like yourself, and then indie developers as well that are, you know, maybe don't have the platform or the voice to really step out there. So just trying to use Digital Gaming Hub as a platform that will amplify, you know, people that are doing great things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for the compliment, including me amongst who I know are a great round of people that you have had and will have to come.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy that you joined. Like I was hoping you'd say yes, but it's been a really fun time. You know, I didn't know how long we would be talking for. It's been like 2 hours.
Oh, I can kill some time, bro. I can kill. Like, that's the one, you know, in my streaming career, I've learned to trust in myself. The number one thing that I have an issue with is being on time for my stream. And it's because I want to prepare the best show possible. So I'm literally up into the moment that I push the go live button. I'm like, ooh, here's an idea I can do. And how many of my ideas do I do on my stream? None of them. I don't like spend so much time coming with a program. Let me do this game. Like the other day, I was on Twitter and I saw that it was the 60th anniversary of the Fantastic Four. And I was like, ooh, I love the Fantastic Four. Let me look this up. I learned that it was not the 60th anniversary and Twitter was just going crazy for some reason. But I had this whole segment where we were going to go and I was going to put up the Fantastic Four and I wanted the chat to tell me who they thought should play each character. And I was going to do this whole thing. We're going to bring it. It was going to be very visual. It was going to be awesome. And I didn't do it. I just talked, which is good to have that ability to come up and like kill 2-3 hours. But that's just always my thing. But so, my lesson up has always been to trust in myself and not have to prepare so much and just live life and then come with that preparation. I'm like, just, talking about it on Twitter is better than like taking 2 hours trying to prepare something you're not going to use.
Yeah, I get that for sure. Like I'll definitely be at the very last minute trying to do something, and then I'll see I'm gonna be late. All right, let me at least toss on the starting soon screen, so it's like a little middle point of me being late. So let me see if I can fit it into like 5 minutes real quick. What I need to do, and then I'm still even late to that. So I'm like late twice, but.
I'm the same thing. I'm like, oh man, I'm so late right now. I guess I should just put live. I'm like, I can't just, let me put my go streaming. Let me put my starting soon screen on. I'm pretty close. Soon enough, I'm gonna make my starting soon screen like 30 minutes.
Yeah, mine's 10, and I feel like that's too short.
Yeah, I got 5 minutes. You're telling me right now I need to bump mine to 10. It's at 5 right now. That is not enough time. And I'm like, I need that 5 minutes to be relaxed. So I can't even start my starting soon until my butt's in the seat so I can have 5 minutes to breathe. So I need to just up it. I need to up it to like 10 at least.
Yeah, and I like quadruple check everything. And there's still something I'll probably forget and have to do,
Oh my God.
as soon as I get on.
Yeah, usually the thing I forget to do, which I'm kicking myself for every time, is I forget to run an ad. I forget to run an ad every single stream. And I've done TikToks where I'm like, hey guys, run an ad. I forget to run it every single time because I'm running behind. And then I always think about like, damn, I just set up all these people to come in and have to deal with an ad because that's the one thing that I forgot and it's so important.
I didn't even know about that until maybe it was like I saw a TikTok or something about it. And I was like, oh, I should start doing that. But I have not done it yet because I always forget.
And that's a barrier. I've had people come into my chat and they're like, hey, I'm here, man. I'm just getting through this ad first. I'm like, I forgot to run that first so I could clear it for you. I'm sorry. Thanks for sticking around for 30 seconds while you watch about macaroni.
AO says you can set it up to automatically run ads with moo.bot. So
what?
Yeah, that might be something I need to definitely look into.
I'm writing that down right now. Yo, AO, thank you so much. You're educating me. That's a new wrinkle. Here's the 2 notes that I have from today's session with you, Digital Gaming. I have sending a personal message when people follow you with your information about, that's huge. That is such a huge point. And then the second thing I'm writing down is MooBot to help run ads. Those are huge. That's humongous. And I use I don't know if many people know about Leorin board. Leorin board is a streamer tool. It's like an intermediate to advanced streamer tool that allows you to automate your pretty much everything in your stream. But it's not like HTML coding, but there's like some kind of command coding that it does. But in my stream is what I use to do like channel points. So I can be hands-free and somebody can click something and then it just changes the scene. I use Leorin board for that. And that stuff is possible, like the starting of ads and things, but it's difficult. You have to like know some kind of like command code. So thank you so much for that MooBot recommendation.
Yeah, that's something I hadn't heard about, the Leorin board. So I definitely got to check that out.
Well, I'm gonna put it in the chat just so people can see it if they're curious. But this is, like I said, this is an intermediate to advanced tool, and it's not impossible. But it has so many applications, and YouTube is full of videos, and the Discord is ridiculously helpful. Like you can write any problem in Discord, they'll get back to you like a few hours later, and they really will help you. Oh, Triscus, look at Triscus. I use it as well. So Leorin board, in my Leorin board, if I get raided, then hands-free, I use it. It gives an automatic shout out to the raider. So if I get raided, then automatically 40 seconds later, they get a shout out that pops up on the screen and I can just talk through it instead of having to pull it up. I've not forgotten the shout out from a raid in about a month.
And that just connects through OBS or through your Twitch account?
through OBS.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. It's definitely worth a look. And like I said, so if you have some time to learn something new, that's when I would recommend putting time to if you're intermediate to advanced. If you're like beginner to intermediate, then I wouldn't worry about it right now.
The chat's talking about something called Touch Portal.
Oh, Touch Portal. Thank you for that. I've been looking for some recommendations. I have a Stream Deck, but I've been looking for some recommendations for other things so I can tell people. So thank you, Touch Portal.
Yeah, I don't have a Stream Deck, so maybe I'll look into that. Touch Portal. I gotta write that down. Touch Portal and the Leorin.
All kinds of good knowledge getting passed back and forth. That's what I love about the stream. Like my wife, before I got on TikTok, like I said, the life of a content creator, there's always like some new thing. Oh, hey, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. Oh, I'm starting an Instagram page. Oh, I'm gonna start doing Facebook. There's always something. So when I came across TikTok and I started that whole like, wow, TikTok is awesome. And my wife is like, you're like obsessed with TikTok now. What makes TikTok different? I'm like, what makes TikTok different is that like out of all the things that I've done, I'm actually connecting with people that do what I do. Everything else has been me showcasing what I do to other people that don't really care about it. Now I'm actually connecting with people in my field. Like I'm connecting with people that we can talk about our issues. We can like laugh and cry about the things that annoy us and our triumphs. We can talk about gaming. We can talk about OBS. We can talk about Leorin board. And people don't look at me like I have a penis sticking out of my forehead. So I'm like, I'm just trying to say some things to help guys. And like, we can talk about alerts. We can talk about all this stuff. So I just love like how helpful everyone is. And I really feel like I'm in a family after being on TikTok and like, and being able to connect with people. Like this is connection right now. Now you and I are connected. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. If I have a question, I can hit you up. If I see you streaming, then I will be compelled to come say, hey, I love it,
Yeah, for sure. It's unlike, anything else, any type of like media. The live streaming experience is a whole different type of, whole nother level because it's a much closer connection. And I think that's why people come to Twitch, is to have almost like an entertainer that you can interact with, where you could turn on Netflix and be entertained, but you're not interacting with that. You're not kind of contributing, to that entertainment. Where on Twitch, people contribute so much as chatters to the stream. So I think that is really what separates it.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can enjoy it. You can enjoy watching the gameplay. You can enjoy talking to the streamer. You can enjoy watching the streamer. You can enjoy talking with the chat. You can enjoy interacting with extensions. There's so many things that can draw people in and give them what they're looking for, that distraction, that comfort, that release, that education, whatever people are looking for. There's so many ways.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what I enjoy so much about Twitch, all those different ways of getting entertained or interacting with people.
Yeah, and there's so many people involved too. You can be a streamer, you can be a viewer, you can be a mod, and every one of those people has a different experience. Every one of those people has a whole different experience when they watch the same person.
Yeah, Rabambi says that his chat loves to abuse his channel point redemptions.
Oh my God, me too. My channel point redemption, my most fun channel point redemption is I'm 420. I'm a weed smoker. So my channel point redemption, I have 7 of them, I think, that all revolve around when you hit the channel point, then the smoke comes on the screen, it covers my face, and then you get like some scene from a movie. You get like a scene from Alice in Wonderland, or you get a scene from Half Baked, or you get a scene from whatever, from a few other movies. And people love that. And I tell them like, hey, when you do this, I'm smoking behind the screen. So that's my version of a hydrate. Like they love trying to smoke me out. They love trying to like make me smoke like every 5 seconds. I'm like, yo, guys, chill.
Yeah, I think I've come to the beginning of one of your streams and it's been like clip after clip after clip that I've seen people just like redeeming all the clips. And the
I
first
love
time I
it.
came there, I was like, "What is this? This is pretty cool." And then I was like, "Oh, I see what it is. Nice." Yeah.
Yeah, so it was my clever way of hiding my habit. So before I used to just like blaze it up on the screen, but just now as I'm getting older and more aware, I don't think that it's bad, but I just wanted to have more fun with it. So while people don't have to like watch me doing that, they get to watch these funny clips and they get to imagine what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's almost like a inside joke, that
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
viewer and you know what you're doing, but someone who just arrived, like myself, might not know. So I think it's a really
Exactly.
creative way of building like an inside joke, between you and your community, and that kind of drives like loyalty with them
Yeah,
because they,
and people come in, they're curious. Why is this playing right now?
yeah,
Maybe they'll ask the question. If they do, then I gotcha. As soon as you ask the question, I gotcha. But if you're not about that life, then it's very clear from very early on that I may not be the streamer for you, which I'm okay with.
and I think that's important too, not trying to get everyone because you're not going to please everyone. And the sooner that you can get people out that aren't going to be, a positive force for your community, the better for you. You may lose a few followers, but the community you build in the long run is stronger, is more unified, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a question in here if you don't mind. It says favorite channel point ideas. And I think my channel point ideas are my favorite because it made me because I'm like, yo, who else is doing shit like me? But I've seen some channel point ideas that are awesome out there. I like ones that are based on making the streamer like not do funny things, but like change their appearance. I like cosplay channel points. I like put on a hat channel points because it kind of it transforms like who they are. I like sound alerts. I see who I think this is Rabamti teacher put trigger fire. Like I love trigger fire. I love blurp. I love all that kind of stuff. I love channel points that change what is happening without necessarily like interfering with what's happening. If the streamer is somebody that can play off the sounds, then it's awesome. If the streamer can play off the scene changes, then they're awesome. So that kind of stuff is fun. I also like trivia stuff too. I know some people that have like there's one shout out Chief Candy 78. She has a channel point redemption where if you redeem it, she'll give you a fact about candy. I'm like, that totally fits your theme. Everything is candy themed, and I was like, give me a tip right uh a fact right now. I give you a fact about candy. Give me a fact right now. She has tons of them. I'm like, that's so for your channel. It makes perfect sense. So I like fun stuff like that. The more it is for your channel, the better.
Yeah, as a viewer, I would say that when I get to see that someone has a lot of channel point redemption options, to me, it's like easier for me to jump into a chat because if I maybe don't have something to say or really don't know much about the game, like I don't have much to contribute, it's a nice way to jump into this like double like jump rope type thing of like people
Yeah.
chatting in chat or people talking to the streamer about something. It's a nice way to show like, hey, I'm here. I would like to chat with you. So I think
Yeah.
that's an added benefit for sure of having those redemptions and having a wide array of redemptions.
It's just smart to have as many things for people to do as possible. I'm like, excuse me. Um, my stream is kind of a mess because I have like stream avatars and things. It's like everywhere. But I like that. I create a stream that I like to watch. I love when I go to somebody's stream and like give me things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want. Sometimes you are enough, but sometimes I also want to like stream raid. Sometimes I also want to like watch characters. Sometimes I also want to like do little jump things, you know. To answer your question, Yenju, I'm a sativa fan. I like sativas because they keep me up. Those that don't know, I'm not trying to turn it into a weed chat, but for those that don't know, sativas are the things that have you zing 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 zing. People that are smoking usually go paranoid if they smoke sativas because your mind is racing. Indicas are what make you sleepy. That's what usually leads to people being like on the couch, like, oh, bro, I don't feel like doing anything. That's not me. My personality is not sleepy guy, so I like to stay away from things that take me down that road. If I'm doing a hybrid, hybrids are cool, but they got to be 50-50 or a sativa and above. To answer the question. But yeah, channel points. I love channel points. Like channel points, I think they're an easy way to interact without having to be into it. And especially if you're a gamer, I talk a lot about how people need to like talk and stuff, and you do. But I also understand that these games are sweaty, and you're in boss fights, and you're in the last circle of the arena. I get it. In lieu of you talking to me, if you have channel points, then that gives me something to do. If you have channel points that I can browse through, now I'm browsing, I'm adding time to your stream. I'm looking for memes, you know, oh, hey, what meme can I add up here now? What sound can I add in to scare them? What can I, you know, hydrate and all that is cool. I like hydrates when they are meant to look out for the streamer. I don't like drowning the streamer.
Yeah.
Not that it's like bad or hateful, but I just think like of all the ways to interact with me, guys, you're trying to make me drink water. Come on, like we can all do better here. we can all do better. I can come up with better channel points, and y'all can interact with me better than just trying to make me drink water. That's crazy.
Yeah, the only
But
time I'll want to do like a hydrate one is like if I've seen that no one's redeemed it like for a long time, then I'll do it as like remember to hydrate, you know.
yeah, yeah,
But that's like
exactly.
the only real time because I agree. Like if I've seen someone did a hydrate, then yeah, I wouldn't want to keep making someone drink water.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I see. Yeah, the channel point things for affiliates. Yeah, that's a real thing to have the channel points. Here's one thing I want to talk about real quick. That I thought about the other day. You know how people hear about affiliate marketing these days as like affiliate marketing is like something you do, which I think is something that people should do if they can find a way to like get up in there. But you know, the definition of an affiliate is somebody that is a representative of some kind of company or organization, and in the business world is somebody that can go and make money for that company. So as a Twitch affiliate is like cool, we get to have like emotes and stuff, but the purpose of us being Twitch affiliates is to bring people on Twitch so that Twitch can sell ads, right? So that Twitch and Amazon can sell ads. We are salesmen and saleswomen for Twitch. That's what we are. As an affiliate, you are a salesperson for Twitch. So with that perspective of how you get paid through bits and cheers and donations, it starts to make more sense, right? So like if you're working your ass off to try and get that stuff and you're making it your goal to try and sell on Twitch, you will be successful. Which means what, right? What can I do to get people to give me bits? What can I do to get people to cheer for me? Like what are those things? Is it me dancing? Is it me doing Q&As? Is it me winning every game and doing headshots? Is it doing tutorial sessions on maps? I don't know, whatever it is that leads people to give you money and give you bits and things like that. Now, when I talk about that, all the tools that it gives you to be an affiliate makes sense, right? Because if you're just a regular passerby on Twitch, then why would Twitch give up their bandwidth of their servers to help all the passerbys to have emotes? People aren't taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? People are like, yo, I just want to Twitch for like a day. I want emotes. Like, okay, how have you earned them? That takes up bandwidth. I can't just give bandwidth to everybody. I can't just give up channel point rewards to everybody. I needed to give it to the serious people that have at least shown that they are dedicated to reach this plateau to where they can earn money that we can use to pay for these servers. You know what I'm saying? That's in the end, you know what I'm saying? The end goal for Amazon and Twitch, who owns, you know, Amazon owns Twitch, is to like pay for these resources so they don't have to come out of pocket for a bunch of streamers that are chasing their dreams. So how can we help them? We have to go on TikTok and we have to promote ourselves. We have to bring people to the app. We have to make sure that people are doing things that are spending their money there, like doing awesome stuff that makes people cheer, doing awesome stuff that makes them subscribe. In turn, they give us a cut of that money, and we keep it pushing. So I agree that I think these things should be available to everybody, but also they shouldn't. They should be available to the people that have earned a certain rank. That's just me.
Yeah, I think there definitely has to be kind of layers or levels, um, because you like you said you have to kind of like weed out those that are
Just at least
just
for that.
just going to do it for fun and aren't um, really interested in building a like a community. Maybe they just want to maybe have every now and then stream, which
Exactly.
there are some people that do that, and that's great. That's what you want to do. All the power to you. But Amazon is a business after all, and
Yeah.
the people who work towards growing their channel and are looking to have some kind of like monetary income from it to support their channel, they put in the work to get to that level. So I think that it kind of it balances out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But yeah, I think about all that kind of stuff. Think about how you're presenting yourself, how you can like win people over. And it's not about winning people over. I know everybody has different goals, and it's not about like the business side. And sometimes that gets uncomfortable to talk about. But also it's something that we're all interested in, right? Like if I can make a little bit of money off what I'm doing, then why wouldn't I want to do that? And I like to think about the affiliate grind also as like, we're all gamers here. Imagine if you played Apex and everybody was running around with heirlooms. You'd be like, yo, this is so dumb. Like, why does everybody have heirlooms? If you don't know what an heirloom is in Apex, an heirloom is something that you have to like work ridiculously hard for. Like you have to put thousands of hours into the game, or you have to spend hundreds of dollars. It's a very high value item that you cannot get easily. And there's debate that you can buy them now. Like you can put money into it and buy it, which like to me, it cheapens it a little bit, right? It's like, okay, cool. I'd rather, before it was like, if you saw somebody with an heirloom, that they put mad time into the game. That's what I see with like affiliate things. When I see a partner with animated emotes, I'm like, yo, I want the animated emotes. They are badass. Like when you see somebody with like emotes and channel points, you're like, yo, I want that. It gives you something to aspire to that everybody doesn't just have. Like if everybody just had it, then it would be like, okay, this is whack. It would be YouTube.
Yeah, devalues it a bit.
If everybody had it, it'd be YouTube. But the fact that you can like have a custom experience, you can have if you work hard enough, you can have a custom experience with your face and really whatever you want to make as an emote, like Debbie589, you can have your dog as an emote. And people are like, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So something to work towards is good for people.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's an incentive. It's not like a huge, it's not a huge thing. A non-affiliated streamer can put on as good of a show as an affiliate, So it's not something that's completely hindering non-affiliates, because if that was the case, then I would say, like that shouldn't be how it is. But the emotes are just like a bonus, and the channel points, it's like it's a bonus that doesn't truly affect. I mean, it does add another level of engagement, but truly a non-affiliate can put on a much better stream than an affiliate or even a partner sometimes,
Yeah. And I would that made me think as well, I would like to see some kind of credit program though. If we were going to evolve Twitch, it would be awesome to see something that did come into play. I'll take some of that back. Maybe if you're not an affiliate, but if you've had so much, some other milestone, maybe you get to make like one channel reward, something that is, because just like in pro sports, right? In the NCAA, you have these athletes that are doing so much work. They're not the pros, but they're making money for people. And the people that are not affiliates, for sure, especially people that are grinding, trying to get affiliate. Like I grinded trying to get affiliate for like a year. And I put in so many hours, and there was no monetary, there was no payback for that, besides me just like learning the knowledge. So yeah, maybe if there was some evolution, it'd be dope to have some kind of compensation go to the streamers in general that are like literally just putting in time. I'm not saying monetary, but maybe you do get like one emote after you've streamed for 1,000 hours, or you put in 500 hours, you get an emote, because we understand. You get one just to get your toes wet, but something would be nice.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if they have reached one of the milestones or something,
Right.
then
Something that should back.
yeah, definitely a time reward, because if someone's really trying and really, grinding, then there should be something, as like okay, you're putting in the work, keep going.
Yeah, maybe you haven't cracked the code of engagement yet, but you're dedicated. Like you're showing you're dedicated.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we need to start petitioning Twitch. I'm gonna make a TikTok about that and see if it blows up. It probably won't.
Yeah, just message Bezos real quick.
You're right. You ever see drones act fast enough, then they act and try to eliminate correspondence that is against Amazon? Oh, watch out.
You can email him. It's just Jeff at Amazon, I think, but it won't get through.
Yeah, he's in space.
Yeah, can't get emails in space.
You can't reach space email with your Verizon Files.
Yeah. Did we miss any questions? I don't think I see any other questions here.
Yeah, I think we covered a bunch.
Yeah. If no one has any other questions, I'm gonna let Chris go. So
No, it's all good. Oh, here we go. Here we got one. People are coming in hot. Here we go. Coming in hot. How do I deal when my views drop? I don't care. That's my real answer. I don't look at numbers, and I know it's hard not to look at numbers, but in my career as a content creator, every time I've paid attention to numbers, my ego gets involved, and then I start feeling bad about myself, and I go into depression. Because the numbers are never as high as you want them to be. They never are as high as you want them to be. I don't care if you have as soon as you get 10K on a video, the next one that does not do 10K is going to bother you. I don't care if it gets 9K, it's going to bother you. So I turn my counts off for everything that I can. In my Twitch stream, I never have a viewer count on. I look at the viewers just to track my progress, but as far as like numbers dropping, I'm not aware of that. I just focus on making content that I like and that is valuable to me and that I think helps some people. So as long as I'm helping some people, then it counts. And if people drop, that's their problem.
yeah, on Twitch, I completely agree. I don't really. I mean, I more focus on myself and what I'm doing. Right, like, am I doing the best I can and putting on the type of show that I want to put out, no matter if it's no one watching or tons of people watching. Like last night, I couldn't sleep. I just got on here and I had like 2 people watching me edit TikToks. I was just like editing TikToks and people were watching me. And I was just chatting. I was just like talking, and whether it was 2 people or 100 people, I'm going to do what I do. Like that's the thing, And there's a lot of outside forces that can impact your viewership, and if you take that to heart too much, then you're gonna adjust too much to like one side, and it might be that maybe there's a new game that came out and you're not playing it, and your viewers went to go check that out for that day, and if you adjust and then you're doing the wrong thing, then you're kind of like reacting to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's more so making sure that you're consistent and making sure that you're doing the things the way you want them to be done. On TikTok, I will look at views, but only to be like to kind of test out what's working and what's not working. So testing out different times of day, different formats for videos, hashtags, things like that. But that's just like the marketing side of me, like having views as the kind of indicator of what's kind of working and what's not kind of working.
Yeah. Yeah, those numbers will get tricky. The numbers will get you.
Yeah.
It's good to think about as far as trends. But to answer your question without just give you one little actionable item, without saying, hey, I don't care about numbers. If I ever do notice a dip in it, if I do notice, like if I feel it, let's say that, not if I notice a dip, but if I feel a dip, that that's my cue as a content creator to evolve, try something new. Like, am I going to try to introduce a new segment? Am I going to try to change my approach, change my schedule? I might be making a small, no drastic changes, but a small change that could help the boost. And, maybe what I'm doing needs a little flavor,
Yeah, and the flip side of that, I think, also is something that you can't forget, is that if you notice a day where you're getting a lot more viewers, or a day where you're getting a lot more views on like TikTok, you can look at that and kind of work backwards to see, is it because of something that I did different?
Yes.
Or is it an outside, force that maybe not a lot of people are streaming right now, or whatever it may be. But yeah, take them with a grain of salt, because there's so many things that can affect it. And it's very easy to get in your head about it if you don't like shut those thoughts out quickly.
Yeah, you mentioned some good stuff. There's so many things in the gaming world. Like, if Apex drops a new season, then I'm not doing anything except for playing Apex. So it's going to be a slow day for you getting comments from me. That's just life in the gaming world, especially as we play all these different things and everything's moving to the season format. Which I love. The games are getting updated, and you don't have to worry about the same levels of Mario forever. But that stuff counts in people's lives.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think yeah, there's always something that's going to affect your viewership. So you can't have that be like your focus. You have to focus on like what you're doing, and I think that is what will drive whatever you want as the end goal. Focus on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions from the chat?
Hey, from TikTok, Sam. I didn't respond to the hello. So if you see me like bobbing and weaving, I also have music going in my ears. Like, why is he just dancing? I'm always dancing.
Always got music playing.
I always have music playing. I'm that guy.
Nothing feels better than when a streamer you love makes a point to show you they care. Yeah, I think that goes a long way. It's a easy thing to do to be nice. And so be nice. Be a good person. That's why I want to amplify good people, to make sure that it kind of drowns out the noise of hate, because there is still a lot of hate, a ton of hate up
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
so the more we amplify the voices of those that are not hateful and also, supportive, that is maybe, someone's not going to see maybe some hateful comment because you have a video or a stream or something where you're promoting or doing something nice. So it's very, very important to just try and be a good person. We have another question in there.
Playing with people on stream. I think that you answered your own question. It sounds you said politely decline because you don't want to play with strangers. I would say that's the best way. My stream is never going to be dependent on people that I don't trust and know. If I haven't set it up beforehand, I gotta be probably a couple drinks deep before I'm like, yeah, followers, hey, this is a follower only stream. But if you're not doing a play with followers stream, then I think that politely declining or saying that hey, this is or maybe sometimes you do follower or viewer streams. You say, hey, today sometimes I do those kind of streams. Today's not one of them, but thank you.
Yeah, I have my like Nintendo Switch friend code available for anyone that wants to like add me, but I also don't promise to play with people. I say like, if I'm on, and I'm looking for multiplayer games, then yeah, of course I want to play with people, but that's hard. I let them know that that's rare, and I think as long as you set the expectation and you're upfront with them, in like a polite way, like you said, then they can't be mad at you when you're not, doing something that you went against your word, because you're not,
Yeah. So I wouldn't take it as far. I see you saying put it on your page. I wouldn't take it as far as put it on your page. I kind of agree with AO that that would be kind of aggressive. Like nobody don't play with me. But if you feel that way, that I don't want to make fun of how you feel. But if you ask, like I said, or like the homie said, if you say politely, then I think that most people that are respectful will get that, and if they are not, then you dodged a bullet by not playing with them.
Yeah, I think especially setting boundaries is really important, especially if like you're playing games where it's like voice chat. Because like
Yeah.
if I'm playing
Never.
games with someone on my Switch, which is what I mostly play, they can't talk to me. My viewers can't hear them. All they can do is chat in the chat. So it's much easier to moderate that So if you're playing something with other people where you can hear those people in your stream and in your headphone, then it's definitely even more important to set those boundaries. I think you had a TikTok that I saw about that. Having the right people playing games with you is so important to protect your viewers from toxic people.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking about. I was like, if I had 5 things that just annoy me as a viewer, is that is one of them. I hate when like, and I'm just challenging people to be better. I hate when I go to somebody's stream and the streamer is not talking. I'm like, who are you chatting with right now? I understand that the game is there. I know y'all are communicating, but I can't. I'm looking at you. Your mouth is not moving. You're a woman, and I hear a man's voice. This is very strange to me. And then when they start getting into like insidey type stuff or like cursing or belligerence or any kind of toxicity, I'm like, yo, I'm out, and I won't give you another chance. I'm like, you're not smart enough to know not to play with this asshole. That's like turning your stream to garbage. Yeah, I'm sorry. Catch you next time. Let me know when they're gone. So just to be aware that like, yeah, I know you want to play with your friends, but your friends may not be helping you. Your friends may be hurting your overall goals. And I was with a streamer after I raided. Her name is Pajama Mama, and she plays with her husband. And I love couples streamers. I love co-streams with couples because those are always the most loving environments where there's always conversation and you just walk into it. It's just warm and it's nice because they don't want to be sitting there not talking to each other. And even if there's a sweaty lobby or something like that, they're still working with each other and you get that banter. But like as soon as as soon as like somebody else's, I just like those environments. I like to have somebody that is working with you for the same common goal. Either they're shutting the F up so you can talk, or anything they are talking about is to hype you up. That's how I'm like, yo, you're either hyping me or you're not talking.
Yeah. And Sam, I definitely can understand that it would be 10 times harder as like a female streamer to have to field those questions all the time. So, yeah, I don't know. I honestly would say do what you're comfortable with, and your viewers are going to understand. Your viewers that understand are the ones you want there, and those that are going to get angry are the ones you don't. So, I would say the most important thing is to protect yourself and protect your mental health of having to field those questions all the time.
Yeah, it's your space. Protect your space. People that belong there will respect it.
Yeah. And you want to build that community of people that are going to respect you and respect your stance on not playing with viewers. So yeah, Trisket has something here to say as well. I've seen a lot of female streamers with just a little blurb in their chat rules that say, please don't ask to play. And
that's
honestly, if you're getting asked often, I don't see the harm. Yeah.
I like that. I didn't think of that before, but that's a perfect place to put it. You asked a question. I take back what I said before. Don't put it in your about, but if you put that in your chat rules, I think that is 100% fair game, right under no sexism, no racism. If it is not a viewer, if it's not a play with viewer stream, then please do not ask to play with me.
Yeah. People go into chat rules expecting to be told what is what the rules are. Those are like firm rules. So yeah, I completely agree. That's a really great idea.
Great idea, Triscus. Great idea, Triscus. This is where on my show I'll be playing the air horn. Beep, 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 beep. Great idea. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, Jan, people don't always listen to chat rules.
But at least it's there. At least you can point it there, and it's up to them. Then it becomes their fault if they missed it. Yeah. Like if I put racism in my chat and you come in there calling me the N-word, then that's your fault. Whatever happens after that is your fault.
Yeah, I mean that shouldn't even have to be a rule, but unfortunately it is.
You after that, if whatever happens to you as you get execution, as you face your execution in my chat, is your fault. If I said don't ask me to play and then I flamethrow you for asking, the rules right there, homie. I know you don't want that, but hey, if you get it, that's what you get. And I know we're not like that. Show love when you can. But chat rules are very people should read them.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good topic to bring up about setting those boundaries early on, because you can always ban and you can always try and filter out, but that gets mentally draining.
Yeah.
And certain people get a lot more hate. Women, people of color, they're that if you're sexual orientation, you're gonna get a lot more hate than if you're just a white man on stream. That's just kind of a fact.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Unfortunate. Yeah.
and it's mentally draining to have to deal with that constantly on top of everything else that you have to do as a streamer, which in itself is mentally draining. It's
Yeah,
work.
it's a hard
So
gig. It's a hard gig. People don't use the word mental enough with gamer. They don't use the word mental enough with streamer. Like it's a huge mental game. Mental health is huge. Like we're like fighting ego battles. The ego is the worst thing to try to battle. It's like the ego is trying to trick you into thinking that it's there for you, but it's really not. And in this game of like, hey, come watch me stream, like we're all trying to. It's tough. So yeah, whatever you can do in your space to protect your mentals is huge.
yeah, and I can only give based on my perspective and the way I see things, but a general rule that I try and have is like if someone that I like, if I'm not in their demographic and they tell me this is affecting me this way, I'm going to say I believe you, and I'm going to listen to you because I am not you. If I were
Yeah.
to tell someone who is not Hispanic that I face these things in my daily life, then they should listen to me because they are not Hispanic. And it goes with anyone who's not like you know just listen to what they're telling you because they're not going to lie to you.
I mean, if people thought like that, then we'd have a much greater world. We'd be in a much better place.
Well,
But unfortunately, we're in a world full of hurt people that are not heard. So they have to scream until they feel like people understand them. It's like we can all be here, bro. Why are you screaming at me for my beliefs? I have nothing to do with you.
yeah, I mean, hopefully things are going in the right direction, but
Yeah.
it's just a slow process. Hopefully we can put that good energy out there.
Yeah, that's what I tend to think. Anytime I think about what I'm doing, what am I doing? Why am I doing these TikToks? Why am I like on stream? And it does have to do some with like my wanting to fulfill my vanity dreams, but also I see voids. I see voids of people of color in the stream space. I see voids of people of color in the stream tip space. I see voids of just chatting streamers that have X, Y, and Z that I do. All kinds of ways and things that I have that I can present in the realm in the fog of negativity to be a light of positivity to add to that part of the fight. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to like add to the good. I'm trying to add to the diversity. I'm trying to add to the positivity. Just add to that pot so that people don't think they can get up here and get away with shit. Like you're not going to get away with coming up here and like trolling streamers. Not while I'm around. If I catch it, then like I'm putting out 10 times Care Bear stare to eliminate you. I'm not going against you. I'm putting out the Care Bear stare and I'm putting out 10 more TikToks to eliminate your one TikTok. I'm going to put out 10 TikToks that tell you, I'm going to put out 10 TikToks that tell people how awesome they are because you put out one that said that they suck. And every time you do that, I'm going to put out 10 more.
Yeah, just gotta try and drown out the noise of the hateful people.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you over all this positivity and love. I can't hear you. There's too much love happening.
Yeah, I think especially too with TikTok, it is a lot of like younger viewers, whether that's 25 and younger or, 18 and younger. It is younger viewers, and they are it's very common that they're going to be presented with some sort of hateful messaging. But if, we're putting out content as content creators that is positive and inspiring, that is one more piece of content that is going to push away some hateful content that they might be shown, you know, and it could affect, you know, someone's life to put them in the right direction.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? Turn this stuff around. That's add to the what pot are you adding to? Are you adding to the positivity pot or the negativity pot?
For sure. Jan says she misses the Care Bear cartoons. Those were great.
Yeah, I love the Care Bear cartoons, and they have the new Care Bears out. Like my daughter, I have a 3-year-old daughter. She loves, but I like the old school style. I just like the look and how they feel. But the message is still the same. Love each other out here. You know what I'm saying? Represent who you are, and everybody can be part of a team. Just worry about your part on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring back. That's one good thing, Jan Pretzels, about living these days in the YouTube days. Just talking about old cartoons and old shows and things. In the in the YouTube, Netflix, Hulu age, everything gets rehashed. So I can show the old Thundercats, and then I can show the new Thundercats, or I can show the new Care Bears, then the old Care Bears, or the new Ninja Turtles, and then I can show the 30 other versions of Ninja Turtles that have been through the years. Because why? Why there's so many versions of Ninja Turtles? Because it's an awesome story.
Ninja Turtles.
But the original Ninja Turtles are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones that I grew up with and enjoyed so much.
Yeah, those are the ones that got me through so many art lessons, trying to draw Michelangelo, trying to draw the headband, trying to draw the 4 chest plate panels with the waistband.
Let's see. I don't think we missed any other questions.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Positivity, you know, in the chat, which is great. Great to see everyone agreeing, because you know, gotta tell people how you feel, and if they don't agree, then they'll leave. Hopefully, you know.
That means you have a community of like-minded people.
Yeah, and that's what I also like as well about TikTok is if you kind of engage with content creators that are positive and that are like-minded, they'll show you more of those, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, I love my feed. My feed right now is full of people taking chances. I love it.
Yeah, mine's all streamers and maybe like cat and dog videos every now and then.
You got to have a good cat dog video in there.
Yeah. I think it's mandatory.
Those are just great. Just I mean, those are always good as random ones in the feed.
Yeah, for sure. My wife, I was like, let me go check something on like TikTok, and she's like, don't mess with my algorithm because it's like so like it can change so quickly. She's like, if you see a cat or dog video, make sure you like it because I don't want you to mess with my algorithm. I was like, all right, I'm not touching.
You on TikTok on your phone?
What?
Is she on TikTok on your phone? How are you messing up her algorithm? You using it on her phone?
Oh no, because I think I had to like check something from her from
yeah,
her TikTok.
That's dicey, bro.
Yeah, no.
That's dicey. I told you, if my TikTok's open and somebody reaches for my phone, I'm karate chopping them. I'm asking where their phone is. Where's your phone? You ain't touching this. You're not messing my algorithm up. I get that.
Yes. Yeah,
Next thing
TikTok
getting all kinds of crazy fart noises. I'm like, how did I end up on Fart Talk? How did I end up on Fart Talk?
Yeah, the algorithm's unforgiving.
Now I'm curious if there's Fart Talk.
There's everything, probably. My guess is that there's literally anything the mind can imagine.
Oh my God, my brain is going crazy. I'm not going to flood your chat with what my brain is thinking right now.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what the depths of TikTok haven't.
You know, what are in the depths of TikTok? Oh my God.
I actually saw like an article on it that those like very niched, not like Fart Talk, but like very niched TikToks are kind of it's like dangerous to get like too niched into something, because if someone's really getting into the algorithm, the very niched content has very little views, so it isn't going through like a manual review. So if something is like really hateful or graphic or something like that, it might go through people's feeds without being manually moderated. So there are, yeah,
It's too
there
neat.
definitely are, probably very bad things.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
Scop3 TV, welcome in.
Hey, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I found Chris through TikTok.
Yeah, I've been spending years of my life searching for like-minded people in the streaming community, and I think I don't know if I finished the story earlier, but like I said, my wife told me she's like, "Why is it different this time with TikTok and the streamers you're meeting? Usually, you always get excited when you meet people and work with and do stuff." I'm like, "It's just different because streamers are different. We've been through if you tell me you're a streamer, automatically I know you've been through certain things that put us on the same level. Like automatically, I know you're a hard worker. I just know because." If and when we get into the conversation about being a streamer, then I can gauge what level, how much connected we are. But there's an automatic connection because I just know that you're there. So and being on TikTok and being able to meet streamers is the first place I've been able to meet so many. It's like being on the corner and people walking by you, they're like, "Hey, I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you." There's nothing else I've experienced like that. So I'm just loving that I'm meeting so many people that do the same thing as me, that have the same frustrations, that have the same that have similar dreams and similar goals, and we can all talk about the same nerdy shit. We're like, oh, we all watch anime. We all watch anime. We all read comics. We all read comics. It's like, oh, great. And
Yeah.
all this stuff that like I've been looking for my other friends to do. They're like, yeah, I watch some Naruto. I watch some Attack on Titan, but for some reason, like the streamers just different, and like all the dots connect. I'm like, yo, all the dots connect, and y'all struggle like I do. Best friends, besties, all day, besties. All y'all are my besties.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed TikTok for that, for connecting with streamers that have the same views, that are like good people, because I along with these one-on-one interviews, I'm also going to be having like articles of like, these are streamers you should check out, with like a blurb about them, and then linking out to their Twitch, in order to have a way to amplify smaller streamers that are good people and putting positive energy out there. Whereas not everyone might want to or be able to get on a chat like we're doing right now, but at least they can write a little about themselves. So
Yeah,
I've been slowly reaching out to people that have been lurking in their streams, making sure they're not toxic people, and
yeah,
reaching out about publishing like an article or a list. So if any of you in the chat want to do that, let me know. You can whisper me on here, or if we follow each other on TikTok, I'm sure I've DM'd you, so you can just DM me and I can send you what I would need. I would check out your Twitch, of course, to make sure that you're good people. But I trust that if you've been sitting through this, listening to us talk about the things we've been talking about, I believe you're going to be the same type of have the same type of views and be a positive person.
yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah, streaming met some of my best friends. Yeah, I think that's probably the case for a lot of people. It's a different type of connection.
Yeah, I got standing appointments now that I keep every week. Like I'm going to visit a homie like at the bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I got to be at the bar at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Sorry, baby. See you later. Gotta go. I gotta go watch. I have to be at this streamer's thing. I have to be there.
Yeah.
And that's because sometimes it's because I love them and just what they do. I receive energy from them that helps me through the day, or they're just a good friend who they are genuinely like we're having a conversation and it's just a fun time. So I'm so in love with the people that I meet, and like my point in my content creation right now that's led me to TikTok, to where like it's just it's an overflowing well of cool AF people. It's like just when you think you've met there's another one. It's like, yo, just when I thought I met enough cool people, here comes Digital Gaming Hub. I'm like, damn, okay. Just when I meet, it's like, no, here comes this person. Just when I meet Digital Gaming Hub, then here comes Sam782. You know what I'm saying? Then here comes a whole other list of people I got to follow and like check out. And I love it. And I love going to your streams and discovering new people doing things that I wish I could do, and praising you for being able to do stuff that I can't do, and loving every moment.
For sure.
Yo, that list was random. I was just picking people off.
And I think well, I don't know if it's she or he, but they were asking about the list of streamers. So it's like an article, like a website. I'm making Digital Gaming Hub into like a website. It'll launch tomorrow. Like tomorrow, I haven't been getting enough sleep, but I have been trying to do like a million things. But it will be launching tomorrow. The full like Q&A, which is a lot less than what we talked about today, but it's like a Q&A that I sent over to Chris. That's going to be on there, highlighting Chris, linking out to his Twitch. And then I'm going to have a list of streamers, and it's going to be maybe like a monthly or weekly thing, depending on how quickly I can find streamers. And it's going to highlight them in shorter blurbs of, this is what I stream. This is what you can expect at my streams. And then I'm going to be promoting that throughout, social media. And then hopefully it gets picked up in SEO as well, so that we can get more, good streamers out there.
Exactly. That's dope. I can't wait.
Been chatting for 3 hours. And you still got to go and put on a whole show at 9, you said?
Yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah, at 9 o'clock. So 9 p.m. To 11ish p.m. I'll be going on. And yeah, I for once talking about all my prep stuff, I have something I'm preparing today. Like, there's always something. Like, that's my trap, is always thinking I need like some new thing. But today I have a little bit of prep. I'm making I gotta make a new screen so I can actually host somebody else and show them off the same way. I have 2 cameras, so I'm gonna set up my second camera that can receive some signal, and I don't have to split my feeds. And yeah, I guess I got a little bit of prep to do just to make sure it's smooth. But I got a game thought up that my wife helped me to think of that is going to be a game that I play from now on with everybody that calls into my show. So yeah, I did some good work on developing some ideas today, and yeah, and I got to do some follow through so I can get there. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to get to 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. I think we can wrap things up so you can get started with your prep.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is an amazing opportunity, and anytime that I think anybody gets a chance to talk about themselves, please take it, because the world that we live in doesn't promote us being proud of what we do. It does, to the extent of wanting us to go and fulfill somebody else's prophecy, but remember to fulfill your prophecy. You got to take those steps, the things that are hard that you may not always want to do, but are necessary. Sometimes you got to put your head down and just do them. And that stuff will pay off in the end. If you think that you're in a rut and you think you're spinning wheels, you can evolve. There's always something more that you can do that contributes to your growth and to your health and to your existence. So don't get too overwhelmed with trying to like make these big, broad brushstroke changes and make your stuff be the best tomorrow. Worry about the small things that you can do today that help add up to it, and then just think about the time that passes. And if you do a little thing every day, then eventually you will reach your goal. I promise you.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate every single one that's contributed through the chat, just sitting here listening to us and giving us feedback and ideas, and really contributing to this conversation that Chris and I are having through camera and voice, but we're all in this conversation. So I really appreciate every single person that's joined.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we'll be trying to do this. Maybe I'll have someone on every other week, or it really depends on how quickly I can kind of get connected with people. But I would love to do this again with Chris at some point. We'd have to come up with a topic to discuss.
Never again. No, I'm just kidding. Whenever you want, bro. Whenever you want.
And if you all are looking to be on that article with like the lists, just reach out on here, reach out anywhere. Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and then go follow 06 Chris. I posted his link here, so go follow him, and he will be live at 9 p.m. so in about 6 hours.
Yep. And GG to all y'all too. GG's all around. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Catch you next time.